Good morning. Hey, Tim, River Boys, 3030. Good morning. Hope you all are having a good day. We're having a rain day today, so it's been a crazy week for me. Sorry about last week. I went out and ended up I didn't have any cell reception at all. I had to drive almost 10 miles to get reception. So I wasn't able to come up and join my friends. So Ernest, Tim, River Boys, how y'all doing? The link's at top if you want to come and help me out today. We had a good time camping. Everybody caught fish except me. I think as I get older, I keep getting worse at fishing. I used to always be the one that caught fish. But at the end of 3 days of fishing, I caught one fish. And it wasn't even a walleye. It was just a white bass. But everybody else caught walleye and drum. We caught some drum. Now, what else did we catch? That was about it. Drum, walleye, and white perch. We were fishing for walleye. And even my wife outfished me, and my sister-in-law fished me. So I wore myself out. Wasn't quite used to doing that 3 days in a row, and I was so tired that I headed back home, and we had a 3-hour drive to get home, and we got home about 9 o'clock at night. I told my wife I'm just gonna pull the trailer up by the house. We'll unload it in the morning, get everything out of the freezers and coolers and stuff. And I said, I'm just gonna go in and go to bed. I'm pooped. Well, I went in the house and I walked out in the garage and I noticed something on the floor that didn't look right. Was so tired and didn't pay much attention. Came on a second time and opened up the freezer and everything was thawed out. It was still a little above room temperature, some of it, so we quick took everything out of the freezer, unwrapped it, checked it to see if it was worth saving. I started up the smoker and the oven and the stove and everything I had to start cooking as much as I could to save it. So I stayed up all night that night and till about 10 o'clock the next night, almost 24 hours, cooking and unwrapping and cutting meat up. And I finally, 10 o'clock the next night, I couldn't go anymore. I just exhausted. And yesterday we finally put the finishing touches on cleaning up the freezer, cleaning up the floor, cleaning up everything that got dirty from the cooking and everything. And we hauled probably well over 200 pounds of T-bones and porterhouse steaks and hamburger and seafood and pork to the dump that we couldn't save. And 9 o'clock at night, couldn't find anybody that wanted to come over and grab a bunch. But we knew we couldn't eat that much, so we just did the best we could. Wife is pretty bummed out about it. So I called my nephew to make sure we were on the hook to get a half a beef next month. So we'll start stocking it back up. I did get most of the seafood cooked and put back in the freezer. We still have a mess from it, but pots and pans and tubs and I just wore myself out. If it wouldn't be raining today, I don't know that I would have remembered. So how are you all doing today? Hey, Airgun. Good morning. I appreciate you all coming in this morning. Oh, I got, I guess I did 4 smoker full of food that I smoked up. I just went in and from the top of my head, I just kept mixing up a rub and rub the stuff down and throw it in the smoker and cooked everything about 5 or 6 hours or until the temperature came up. And then rewrapped everything and got it ready to put back in the freezer. But I finally I finally got what's free and easy, Tim. Oh, you had the same problem? Well, I took stuff out for the trailer and I had my freezer pretty full. And one of the packages must have slipped, and so when I swung the door shut, it didn't catch enough to seal. So it was only cracked like a quarter of an inch. I was surprised that it thought everything that fast over a couple days with it still running. Good morning, Randy. Thank you for stopping in. Sorry I missed all your guys' lives this week, but the boss was cracking the whip. And so I hope everybody had a good week. This week I get my stint out of my kidneys, which is going to be nice. It feels like I have a side ache continuously, but get that out Monday. I'm going to go out being it's rainy and tweak on the boat a little bit. And then next week, start fishing. Good morning, Alicia. It's so nice to see you in here. You started all this. You should be in here. The links at the top come up. I could use some help. But and then Thursday, I'm leaving to go up to the lake for 2 weeks. So we'll see how that works out. I was going to do a guard dog question and answers and things I found, little tweaks and stuff, but I just didn't have time. Good morning, Dallas, and how are you this fine Navy day? So if anybody wants to come up, they can. Uh-oh, boss is here. I better quit talking about her.
Yeah, I want to know what you're saying. Good morning.
Uh,
I haven't even said good morning to you yet, I don't think.
yeah, I can't believe Alicia's here. She's the one that got all this started. She's the first one that said, "Oh, we should get together for coffee." And then she said, "Well, we could do it live." Tim says hi, Paulette.
Hello to you. I'm trying to get my chat up. Not working again, of course.
Alicia says hi.
Hello. I see you now. Good morning to everybody. Hi.
Yeah, she thought she was too old for our grandson. I was trying to hook her up. Somebody that's knock on his head a little bit, square him away. Ernest says, "Good morning, Paulette."
Good morning back. I see everybody now. It's so nice to see everybody. We missed you last week, but we had fun. I know Don told you I heard him before I went up. I heard him through the wall, through the door. No, I haven't cracked about everything that went on. But did he tell you we had a lot of fun out camping and fishing? And we got up every morning and went fishing with my sister and brother-in-law and just had a great time. We even caught some fish for a change.
Speak for yourself. Just because you guys caught fish, you had fun.
Yeah, look at how nice I was, Don. Did I say anything about you not getting fish again? Or you got fish, but last day he caught a fish. I think it was like let's just give him a bite of something. But
there goes the three amigos. How's your leg doing?
oh, did he say I outfished him? I didn't know. He always admits to it.
She almost always outfishes me. That's why I always want her to go along so we can come back with some fish.
I think it's because I don't stress it. They don't feel it on the line. I always say that. When we're in the boat, I hold my pole a lot. They don't know that it's because if I catch you, okay. And if I don't, that's kind of all right too. I'm just enjoying the water and the company.
Yeah, she scares me when she holding on to her pole and her head starts nodding. I'm afraid a big fish is going to hit it and pull it out of her hands, and she's going to jump up and look around and wonder what happened.
Yeah, he's not worried about me jumping up, looking around, and then falling overboard. He's just worried about fishing pole, it sounds like.
Yes. It's just about losing the fish.
Yeah, no, I know where your priorities lie there.
But
If we
yeah,
would have had some fish, we wouldn't have any food for the freezer.
yeah, good thing we brought some home.
Hey,
Good
Tinkerbell.
morning, Tinkerbell. Nice to see you stopping in this morning. In fact, I was watching a video of yours this morning when I was getting ready to go.
She said her leg feels what very sore and very tired. Won't know how long I'm going to be out of commission. I hope it's not long. I really do. It's rough. Good morning back to you, Tinkerbell. Nice to see you.
So, what exactly did you do to it? I missed the very beginning of your live when you talked about it. It's really a bummer. Something like that happens and it just changes your whole life for a while. And I'm
True.
one that I have to have everything planned out. And one little thing interrupts it and it just drives me crazy.
Oh no, those are the worst to heal. She's got a 3-inch rupture, Dawn, tear of her calf muscle. I'm so
Uh,
sorry. So sorry.
Never had that one.
No, that was rough. I don't know how you did that, but that must have been awful painful.
So, Tim, you've been picking up anything special? I missed everything last week. I dropped in here and there and would listen, but I was working and never really got a chance to read the chat. Yeah, you get used to the crutches about the time you get off of them. I got to where I could go pretty good with my crutches. And then they put me in an air boot, and I got to where I really liked that air boot. I'd come home and let the air out, take my foot out, and oh my gosh, it would hurt. I wanted to put it right back on. But as it got better, it was like my feet felt so much better at the end of the day when I'd wear it. And I'd pull a garbage bag up over my cast, and then I would wrap it real tight with cling wrap at the top of the garbage bag, and so I considered it waterproof. And then I would go out hunting and stuff. Of course, I didn't walk far. I just went out and planted myself somewhere. Everybody said, "Oh, you can't go hunting." Doctor says, "Well, don't get it wet. You can't shower." I just pull a garbage bag over and wrap it tight with cling wrap and go in and take a shower and never did get it wet. Is that one of those boots that you can pump up with air to really secure everything? That's what I had. Those were great. Walked funny, but I could walk. Yeah, that's why I said it. I figured you're type to be looking for, okay, how can I do this or that now? Plant yourself on your crutch, waterproof your boot, and swing that metal detector. Take a little step with your crutch and move right along that way. Well, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to let Paulette take over, and I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. Hope you all got yours.
Wonder, I always get his coffee. Wonder if he'll get mine. I sitting here in the chair and Patches jumped up to visit with me, and I wasn't expecting it. Took a drink and I had coffee all over my lap. Yeah, I think you'll like it if they do fix you up with that because, like Don did say, he did have that and he did have better luck. But when you say boot or no boot, it feels better with the boot. You're right, because that's what he did. He wanted to put it right back on right away, and he usually did. Well, anyway, I don't. We're gonna get ready, not right away, in a few days, and go out one more time and go fishing before we go back to Mayo. Don's got to make another trip back to the doctor back there and see if they can figure out any more what they can do for him or not. He's having a hard time eating again, so he's lost some more weight. Although he will say, "Oh no, I'm fine," and I guess he is after all the work he did this weekend. We went and grandkids came out to meet us, which is always so great to have them, and they were running around looking for. So we figured out what they were doing. They were looking to see if they could find snakes. So there's some not very good snakes down there that we didn't want them to find. So we had to explain to them if they did see a snake, stay away and come and tell us, or quit looking for them. Hey, well, you could do the personal digger like where you what do you call that? What do they call them on the when you go fishing? And I know I had one with my shoulder and stuff like that, and Don had one for quite a while when he had such a hard time. My grandkids used to do it like a gopher. So you have to find a personal gopher too. I guess digger works better, but that sounds like fun in a way. Go out there looking. We did it for a while. We had one of those, and we would go out looking sometimes too and find some things in this old acreage we brought down in Virginia. Oh, Sarah, hello, how are you? Don stepped out. He'll be back in just a minute. He had to go get his coffee. I guess he decided to run after. Usually he kind of gives me the sign. Sleeping in it was good. Oh yeah, Joey. That's what you needed Joey for digging. Just going around bending over doing the picking up and carrying.
The
How
three eagles are in here.
there you go, Don. Sarah's there.
Yeah, first three people that started this. And then they bailed out. You two should come up and we should celebrate. Sarah, I'm always a day late and a dollar short on your videos, but I've been trying to catch them afterwards. There's been a lot of catching up for me. The link's posted at the top. Oh, I appreciate everybody coming in. We are so burnt out and
Professional.
uh,
Did you see that?
and then Sarah went and did something, Alicia. Yeah, I never really did anything like this until then. But yeah,
Got through a lot of stuff.
I am so sore. I tripped over a bag and fell on my hip, and for an old part, that hurts. I told Pa, I said, I don't think I have as much padding anymore as I used to. It was just like bare bone against there.
It was ouch.
And Sarah was using banana leaves to make up sticky rice. I never got to watch the end of it yet, how she finished it, but I told her, I said, we really like sticky rice. Everybody used to look at us crazy about what's sticky rice. The rice that sticks together, not really dried out and grainy. Nah, I don't break. I just bend and bruise. So,
If you actually ever saw him, he is, because of his skin and his blood, he is like a mass of poor guy, bruises. He looks like I beat him up all the time. Maybe I do. Ooh, excuse me, I apologize. Now I need my coffee. Somebody didn't get me any.
there, I'll turn you up a little bit. Get per hour or something, right? Well, my understanding, Alicia, is good morning, Coffee Walks. Sorry I haven't made it in this week. I was pretty busy and stressed all week, but I'll drop in on you once in a while. Alicia, my story, uh, what I understand is you hurt your leg from chasing some guy down the street trying to catch him. Dan, good morning. Thank you for stopping in. We're picking on Alicia, chasing boys, or else out on dancing or something. Oh, you'll get better. Someday you'll remember it, but think it wasn't so bad. How you
No.
do it a second time. But yeah, I really missed y'all last week. It was made me antsy because I wanted to, and I thought, well, we go out in the boat, we go around the corner, and I might get cell service, and I would go from the boat. No, we couldn't get it anywhere. We even went out to the main water where I was for sure thought we'd get service. Nothing. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alicia, you were when he got out and took off. You aggressor, you. So, Sarah, you still cooking? Watched some of your stuff the other night. I keep missing it live, but I keep watching it afterwards. Like right after you're done, it's my notifications always seem to be later. I check them late. River Rat, how you doing on fishing? I was gonna try the guard dog walleye fishing because we usually try to move about 8 mile an hour, and they are pretty light hitting. Oh wow! And that had to be in front of people too, huh? Did you jump up and say, "I'm all right. I'm all right"? That's what I would have did. Been dying on the inside. How big, Ernest? Man, that would have felt like you got shot. Ay, 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 it makes me quiver thinking about it. Oh man, don't give up easy, do you? After that fish river at, I'm still looking for something good this year yet. I thought I'd be off and running and this and that and that and this, and I'm still gearing up to make it. Did you win, Alicia? Yeah, that is sweet fish. That man catches them. I've been watch his videos and never fails. Tied you for third. Well, that's good. Sounded like it was fun up until that point. Did you go straight to the hospital then, or did you stay to find out how you placed? All right, Ernest. I'll bet on you. God, where'd everybody go this morning? They all dropped out. I'll have to find more interesting topics or something. But it's just another crazy Sunday for me. Got all kinds of exciting plans for next week. Man, you just had a rough streak there. I feel so sorry for you. Wish I could have been there to help you figure out something there to keep you going. 10 seconds, huh? Well, at least you competed. I hope your team was all right with that. I wouldn't give my last dollar on it being a fast. It, it'll get better and better, but it might take a while. As long as he gets to the point you're functional again, it'll act up every once in a while. When you get to be my age and the weather changes, you'll remember it because it'll act up.
Well, geez, Don, you're encouraging.
I didn't tell him you were older than I was.
Okay, Pat.
There she is. Good morning, Sarah. You're at my house again.
I wanted to say good morning, Dawn. Good morning, everybody. Alicia, good morning. Miss Paulette, good morning.
Good morning, Pat.
Let me see. Hold on. I think I'm echoing. Just
Yeah,
okay.
what all did you put in your sticky rice?
uh, well, wait a minute. I wanted to say. I think there's a delay. Is there a delay? I wanted to come up real quick before I go to bed. I gotta work tonight. I wanted to say hi to everybody. But the sweet rice, Dawn, is oh, I guess Jim was wondering if I actually made a video of how to make the sweet rice. But it's got coconut. I put coconut milk in it, sugar, salt, vinegar. I'm giving away my secret. Um, what else I put in there? Oh, I put a little bit of vanilla. And then
Oh,
you cook it for a while. And then once the water is gone, and then you start and you just and you start wrapping it with banana leaves. River Rat 3030. Have you learned my song, Beth? Jeez, I've been listening to that song a couple times and I feel like, oh my god, I don't think I could learn it. There's some certain songs that catch my ears and it's like I have to learn this song. I don't know for some reason, but I don't think I'd give it enough time. I think so. I'm so sorry, Barath. I have not learned it yet. So sorry. Alicia, how you doing? Come up real quick. I am on a time limit right now.
we had a good time the first time we did this, didn't we?
And yes, of course we did, and I missed it so much. I think I still have it. I still have my first a couple Sunday morning chat with friends. It's still there, and
Yeah, that's back when Alicia was called the blushing babe.
yes, she is. Yep. There is definitely a delay on my end. Either the camera. I look like I am in a slow motion. Dawn, can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you. It's a little delayed, but I can hear you.
Yeah. Our internet. We decided to change the internet, and it's really bad because we save money. So I'm laid up, not able to come up. I'm laid up. What is that? I'm laid up and not and don't want and don't I don't have a phone mount near me. Okay, Alicia, got it. Got
See,
it.
her leg hurts and she doesn't want to get up and go find one.
Anyway, yeah, we I'm glad that actually Don you kept this thing going and it's a nice place to hang out. Although I'm not here all the time. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. I know you worked at night. Today has just been special because you and Alicia both came up. I always think,
Yeah.
I always think of you two and Cody when every Sunday morning when I come out. I
Mm-hmm.
think back when it started and some days I think, oh, I just can't do it today, and
Yeah, well, mine started really early though. It was 8 o'clock. That was 8 o'clock my time. So I don't know what time that was for you. But yeah, Cody, I miss Cody. That's kind of really weird that he just gone in the face of YouTube. Like you don't see him anymore. Uh,
I think he pushed until he kind of burned himself out.
yeah, but you can take off. It's okay to take off. It's okay actually to not visit anybody's stream. It's okay to just lay off for a while, but like completely gone. Like I don't know. Did he turn off his channel off? I guess it's not available. I know, right? He's so. Oh my God! That was a good times. Really, that was a good times. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we had
I wish him well, really, with the family, and I mean, I can understand that. It's the time that you lost for the family just because you're YouTubing for what? I mean, you do make friends and all that, but really, in the end, it's like family is first.
yeah.
Seriously, you gotta take care of your family first.
And he was supportive of a lot of channels. And
Very supportive. I mean,
when he
but I
started
think.
doing that, I think his business went up so fast, and then he was having a hard time keeping up with the work he had to do. But maybe
Yeah,
something again.
I don't know. But yeah, I mean, makes me sad when people take their channels down completely. Yeah, I mean, you don't completely take your channel down. It's there. It's not gonna go away if you don't take it down. But that's his opinion too. So,
Good morning,
hey,
351 Chevy man. Thank you for stopping by.
I mean, I have not been really active with everybody's channel. I'm guilty, totally guilty. I have not visited Alicia in her live stream in forever. It's just too much. With my work 4 nights a week, well, without a day off, really, it's really hard to visit people, come and go, whatever. But yeah,
You work pretty hard too.
yeah, I do not have a day off right now, Don. It's like, okay, what am I gonna do? It's just, I just keep going until I can't. And then if I can't, then I can't. Just
Well, that's what really depressed me and upset me is in the past I was able to do so much more and I could have did so much more, but I just hit a wall and it was like I felt like just falling down in the middle of the living room floor. I said I can't go no more. I said I got
mhm.
to bed.
Yeah.
Get too many sticks in the fire, so I, with all that, when I was cleaning up, I got rid of a lot of stuff. I said, the reality is I'm never going to get to this or that, and just take some of the sticks out of the fire and enjoy the ones that I do have in there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I understand that the more you interact with people, the more views you'll get, and but in the end, it's just my goal before when I started YouTube was really just upload videos. No I didn't know live stream was existed. So that was my goal, just to upload videos. If it goes, it goes. So now I think I'm back to that with a little bit of singing, because now I have not been singing a lot either. I just can't fit everything in. Miss Bullet,
Yes.
what you doing?
I'm still doing a few things. I'm running around getting some things done.
At
Um,
least somebody's doing something.
can
Still
you hear
picking
me?
up from
Am
the
I too
mess.
noisy? No, mostly it's patches. I was running outside. He got stuck and
Oh.
twisted on my hydrangeas. I don't know why he goes around those bushes and it drives me nuts. So I had to get him untangled and he sits there like he's afraid he's gonna get in trouble because he knows he's not supposed to be under him. So he just stays there instead. And it's raining out, so he was upset with me because I took too long to get out there. And he likes water. He will go swimming. He will go play in it. But my God, when it's raining, you think he would take. He's afraid he's gonna melt, full of sugar or something. So he was out there just crying because he was getting wet. They're like kids.
She's getting to be a big girl, but every week she just calms down more and more. My arms are almost all healed up. She from she was so playful, and then she'd take in her paw and paw on you to get you to do what she wants you to do. Pet her mostly, but now she's mellowed out. We're able to let her off the leads and she'll stay by us and stuff. And so we're real careful with her, but she's growing up
Yeah.
We
now.
went when we went fishing this weekend, and she hadn't seen. Well, I don't know. It probably had only been over 2 weeks since she had seen the great grandchildren, but they both went running towards each other like they hadn't seen him for months. And he never jumped on him this time. And my 2-year-old kept saying, "Good girl," but they were so excited to see her. He loves the children. He loves them so much.
Aw,
I think he's going to be a good dog to leave with him, not like only alone, but I mean, nobody's going to hurt him and she's around.
yeah.
But
We,
she loves him.
we had the grandkids drop in and had supper with us. And
Yes, I was telling him about them looking for snakes, teasing each other about snakes.
there's a big sign when you come in the campground, a warning sign with a rattlesnake on it.
Oh,
Rattlesnakes. And youngest one, she said, that stop sign, no, next to the youngest one, it was Whitley.
Yeah, Whitley.
That stop sign to tell the snakes to stop so they don't get ran over when they go across the road. So then the oldest one went down there and said, "Look, here's a snake," and all how the little kids go and they played run back and forth from that. It was probably 100 yards. Them and the dog back and forth, back and forth. I think they're all exhausted that night.
Us too.
yeah. I can't
I
stand snakes. We have a black snake around the yard, but still, even if it's black, I'm so scared. They're around somewhere. They're trying to hide away from me because they know that I'm gonna scream.
Probably. I didn't like them because they always ate my chickens,
Oh,
eggs. So I didn't like the black snakes.
where's
Oh, and
others?
they ate the bluebirds. They would go right up into the birdhouses and so no, they weren't my. I think I almost like my rattlesnakes back here in North Dakota better.
Mm.
They tell you where they're at, and you just stay away from them.
I have never seen rattlesnakes, but I don't want to see it anyway. But
Yeah.
I don't want any kind of snake. I don't want to see them. But anyway, hey Don, thank you. Thanks for keeping this going in Miss Paulette. Sunday morning, I took my melatonin and I'm a little
Sleep.
dozy. Yeah.
Yeah. See, you go to
Sweet
get a
dreams.
night sleep or good day sleep, good rest.
Oh,
Oh, God bless you. I'm working tonight, and then back at it tomorrow's baking and prepping and then Tuesday tasty
Now,
treat.
I'm glad you came up. I know Don always likes to
gotta
see.
go in for the surgery to get my stint out at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I'll come home and feel much better.
That's good,
Morning,
Don.
Randall.
Did you see River Rat? He's going to be, his birthday's on the 16th and he'll be 57 and he's going on 16. And that's the way to be. That's what.
Wow. Happy birthday.
Happy early birthday, Ernest.
Yeah. Happy
That's
birthday.
what time.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday, and then have an amazing Sunday morning, guys. I will
You
go. I can't
just,
stay. There's a delay. I don't like it.
I
Delay.
don't
it
understand.
was good for a little while there, I
Yeah,
thought.
I have. It's like I'm on slow motion. All right, guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye, Sarah.
Take care.
I'm waving right now, and I don't see my hand waving. Look at that. That's weird.
There it is.
There you go.
So, Randall, what are you up to today? We're supposed to have heavy rain all day today, which is
My
good. I need.
garden is saying it's good.
Boy, we came back from camping and our one squash plant had what about four huge squash on it that
Yeah. Nobody picked him. We're
were
kind of,
tiny ones when we left. So we're gonna see about cutting them up and freezing them, or see if they'll cook up how seedy they are today. And then I got a whole bunch of doctor stuff messages I got to go through and pre-sign in for my appointments, and I hate that they make it too difficult anymore. So AR guns. What's happening in your neck of the woods? Everybody must be pretty content. They ain't got nothing exciting, nothing.
well, he's doing the same thing you're doing, drinking coffee.
Uh, Having coffee and listen to the BS that I'm putting out.
Oh, that's nice. He's going to go visit. Randall's going to go visit his mother-in-law for lunch, and I know how much they appreciate that and love it. I would like my grandson-in-laws or my son-in-laws. I would love you to come and have lunch with me. We're gonna. They're coming Tuesday, Dawn. Holly and Joe. Holly hasn't come live for a long time.
They're coming Tuesday.
Yeah, to our house. Yeah.
Oh,
Joe has an appointment too. And Holly said they'll drop in. So she'll come along. See if there's anything else we need done. Dawn, PWE Productions.
good morning. Thank you for stopping in, PWE. I'm glad you got your coffee with you. And I'm more than willing to sit down and having a sip with you too. Wisconsin. Whereabouts in Wisconsin?
We went to Wisconsin. Wasn't it Wisconsin? Yeah.
Yeah,
A couple years ago. Uh,
we went.
Walleye, right?
Yeah, we went just a little of northeast of Green Bay and went salmon fishing. The
Oh,
salmon
see.
should be coming
Yeah.
in now. They should be doing some
We
good
went,
salmon.
there were six of us, my sisters and their husbands. And oh my gosh, we had such a good time, didn't we, Don?
Yeah, and Paulette caught the winning salmon.
Yeah, it was what, like
Oh,
two.
it was about this long. That was the most salmon I ever seen get caught on the rigs we were pulling.
Oh, hey, see, there you go, Don. That's the one time you outfished me. You were talking about you. See, I tell you, you just forget.
Yeah, Tim, you got to get your coffee.
um, I'm trying to drop coffee, but Sunday morning I get carried away a little bit. That's what I'm going to go do. When you were saying you were visiting your mother-in-law, but I'm going to go visit my mother. Maybe I have to call her, get her set up for an appointment. She gets lonely when we go out fishing, Dawn and I, even though there's 3 other sisters back here. That's okay.
We see her for a couple of days, but when we're out of town, that couple of days seems like months to her. That we're just not in town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And but I feel I guess we still need to go see our kids. I miss our kids. We have some back in Washington.
Yeah, I don't know. That Washington trip is looking pretty hard right now. Just
Uh,
can't get a big enough gap in doctor's appointments to, but we keep working on it. I schedule it and then I reschedule it and then I reschedule it.
I think we'll just get up one morning and take off. He said he is in central Wisconsin, north of Madison.
So
That's
do you go east to the big lake to go fishing for salmon? How far would that be for you? I think the salmon in here should be down in the bottom of the lake here now. And I think if a guy went out and worked them, I think he could probably start catching a few. And the next month is when they come down the most for spawning. But people are really, that's all they fish for, walleye or salmon. They don't even try to catch any other species. They get annoyed when they do, but we have such a good fishery of so many different kinds of fish. You know, it's not real uncommon to catch 10-pound rainbow, but you never see anybody out there fishing for them. And a few years ago, it started to see a few fly fishermen on the banks, but this year, I haven't seen any down there at all. I'm hoping to get some trout and stuff, and so many things to fish for, and not enough time to target one thing or the other. I still like my catfish. So this past weekend was a learning experience of how I could set up my guard dogs and from the boat and for the different species, and I think it's very doable. I didn't see really any problems. There was 4 of us on the boat, so I didn't really have a chance to do it because or videotape it. Just too many people, and not everybody wants to go on video. But once I get my boat going, I got to put some tie downs on the floor yet, so I can strap my tripod down and then just put my GoPro on and let it run. I'm still working on figuring out on the GoPro. It's got a function that I think I have it set up right, but it's supposed to go up to 30 or 40 seconds. But when you say GoPro start recording, it's actually recording the whole time. So the recording you'll get will start 30 seconds prior to when you told it to turn on. So in that case, if you get a bite, you tell it to start recording, you'll probably be able to get that bite on video.
no, no. Shh.
Excited about being able to do that. And going live, I still have a terrible time with my camera reading chat and And I think figured some things out with that. From the computer, I don't have much problems, but from the
Hey, there's nobody out there. What are you barking at?
phone, I have a hard time seeing it. My eyesight's been really giving me a hard time. So, Ernest, you going for bluegill or skippies, or what kind of bait fish you looking for? I lost all my frozen bait fish, so until I go to the eastern part of the state, I can't get any. Cool. Yeah, I don't like to travel real far. I like to find a little place near, so when I decide to go fishing, I can just go. And when we moved down here, now it's an hour back up to where all my fishing holes were. And the hour up to go fishing, and the fishing is no problem. It's that hour back at night that makes me pretty tired. So I have to watch how late I stay out. When I was in Virginia, I liked to fish for bluegill and shell crackers. I had a little sunken island I'd anchor on, and man, we catch those pound and a half shell crackers. They're just huge. They look like dinner plates, and we were always so happy to go home and have supper. And then we found a place to catch some real nice crappie, 10, 12 inches. I think some were over 2 pounds. And good morning, Rustic. How are you doing this fine Navy day? Did you have fun with Dom the other day? It looked like you did. The link's at the top. If anybody wants to come up and help me out, I'm running out of things to say. Just blabbering. Looks like a nice day there. Think I'll take the catfish dog out golf cart riding today. Yeah. I'm kind of glad it's going to rain all day. I need to back off and get a few things done. There's never a dull minute fishing with Dom, is there? Yeah. Yeah, Ernest, Rustic does some skippies. Makes my arms sore watching them. And it makes me hurt when I see him fall on those rocks, too. Damn, that hurt. But like the man he was, I'm okay. I'm okay. Good morning, Mike Turner. Been a long time since I've seen you in here, but you're welcome. The link's at top. Haven't seen you on a live in a long time. I got to head back to Rochester, Minnesota on Tuesday, the day after Memorial Day. I was going to go to the West Coast over Labor Day, and then they come up and set the appointment. It was like, why do they do this right in the middle of my plans all the time? So Now it's pushed out again. I hate to go on the fall holidays because they're always family get-togethers, and it's always with my daughter-in-law's family, and they're nice people. They just live in Washington State, and I have to bite my tongue sometimes. Hey, here he comes. Good morning, Rustic. Thank you.
Hey, Don, how you doing? Hey, Paulette.
How are you?
Just woke up.
Well, good morning.
Let's get my day started here pretty soon. I got to go mow a couple yards.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you're energetic.
Well, I was going to mow them yesterday morning, but bad thunderstorm come through here and tore up some limbs and soaked everything. So I wound up mowing mine yesterday evening. The ground was kind of soft still, so I waited this morning to go mow them other ones.
Yeah.
I used to find that so relaxing. I'd jump on my John Deere tractor and I just mow for hours. And just kind of go in la la world, let my mind wind down and enjoyed it most times. Some days I dreaded it.
Yeah, dog, I don't like walking down all them rocks either, but sometimes, to get to a good spot, you have to. But man, I hate trying to walk down them rocks, carry all that stuff.
Yeah, one spot I go, I have to go down the rocks if I catch a fish, but I got it a little bit figured out. I leave my pole up on top, leave the line snug, and so I crawl down the rocks on my hands, knees, and butt, and
Yeah.
then when I get down there, I can reach my line and do the rest of it. And then coming back up, get the fish in one hand, and takes me a while, but it's safer than trying to stand up and go down them. Yeah.
Until my boat gets fixed, I'll probably doing all my fishing over with Dominic.
Now, what's wrong with your boat now?
Well, I like to sunk it, so they're over there trying to.
Yeah, I remember that.
Morning, Mr. Parker.
Good morning, Mr. John Parker. Thank you.
Yeah, so they're going to adjust the carburetors for me. The trim didn't want to work just right. Come on it whenever I was trying it. So he's kind of trying to figure if I got a loose wire, and then he's going to check the motor to make sure there's no water in the motor.
Right.
Then I got to get back. Then I got to fix where that live well pump broke off. I don't know if I doubt I put a new one in there because I don't care for live well to work. So what I'll probably do is plate it over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems like it's always something.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna finish painting. Put that gold flake in there. As Uncle Don picked that up. I'm gonna try a spot to see how that gold flake looks.
Yeah.
It turned out pretty good. I'm gonna do the whole top part of the inside of that boat like that.
Oh, good. I'm glad I had something right.
No, dog said, now there's a real professional catfisherman in the house. No, he's not a professional catfisherman. He is the professional catfish angler.
John, the link's at top. You want to come up and tell Rustic the way it is. We'll make a thumbnail of him in his sinking boat. You got to laugh about it, Rustic. If you don't, you'd probably quit fishing every time something went wrong.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes it's
Me
more.
myself. Uh, I don't. When I go fishing, I don't care if I catch a fish.
Yeah,
Uh, it's to me, fishing is like deer hunting. I go out there to enjoy it, and if I get a deer, hey, that's a bonus. If I go out there fishing, if I catch fish, that's a bonus. Other than that, I go out there to relax and enjoy it.
yeah, that's for me. This last weekend, uh, everybody caught fish except me. The last day, I finally caught a white bass, but every day they were catching 5 or 6 apiece, and I was catching nothing. But I had a good time. I was trying some
TWE Productions. Good morning.
different weird stuff to see if I could get something that worked.
Yeah. Yeah, until a boat gets back. If I do any bait fishing, it'd be over with Dominic, and it's not going to be around here.
Thank you, PWE. Ernest, thank you for dropping links. You guys feel free to drop them. That's what we're here for, is make sure we're all connected and catch each other once in a while. And it's not a total dedication that you have to do it, but I sure appreciate it when people come in and like Rusty and come up and share with us and just kind of, Sunday's the end of the week and quit looking in the rearview mirror or what wasn't right last week and look out the windshield and just look forward to the coming week and make the best of it.
Yeah.
And so, and this live is kind of what makes me sit down and think about that. I see I got friends out there that care, and that's all that matters. Sometimes I get somebody I can pick on a lot. Picked on Alicia a lot this morning, and Sarah and Alicia, they were the two that started this morning coffee, and then they got busy, and then they kept bugging me to continue it, and that's how I ended up here. So, but the first one was me and Alicia and Cody. I haven't heard anything from Cody in a long time.
Cody, the 3+1.
No, Cody, the taxidermist.
Oh, thank you, Rat Rod.
I think he took his site down completely. Really nice guy.
You fishing musician. Good morning, Rich. He been having trouble with his e-bike.
Yeah, I bug him every Sunday morning. I make him get up early. And I laugh because he gets up, clear the sleep from his eyes. And but sometimes I feel the same way in the morning.
Yeah.
I love to fish early, but I'm turning into a terrible morning person. Thanks, dog. Thanks, Ernest. And it takes me forever to get up and get going. And I told Paulette I'm going to have to take and cut back on my coffee and stuff and try to get motivated sooner. But I'll sit here and have my coffee and I'll be all revved up, and then I'll have some more coffee and then I'll think of some more things to do. And by the time I'm done, it's noon.
There.
Little to your right. Cool. What's that for? Oh, pretty. Oh, that's the brand of that reel?
Yep.
Oh, I see.
Got it off Temu, $2.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
you
got a
sent me
big power handle for the turn on it like that.
you sent me that link thing, and you have to put your phone up to the barcode to read it, and then put something on your phone, or
No, you just download Temu, follow the directions, and when you become a first time member, they give you this $20 deal.
yeah,
And go in there and you have to look and you'll find something that they've already reduced the price on, and then you
yeah,
add that fee off up to it, and you can get if you can find a good reel, you can get a reel like $1, $2,
yeah,
get all kinds of stuff on there.
yeah. Dom sound like that's where he got all his stuff that
Yeah,
he's
I'm
got.
working on a deal now. I'm gonna get me a crown. I ordered a crown and a king's crown and a big old gaudy ring like this right here.
Yeah,
I got this one because this here was for a joke, and
yeah.
then but it says king on it, and it's got diamonds and gold and stuff like that all over. It's real big, and I'm gonna put on there. Uh, Come on there and skipjack king. Do you have what it takes to take the crown?
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't a joke, Rusty. We know you wear that when you go out in public, the big rings, and you probably
Oh,
got a big old chain and a long
they got it.
coat.
They got a gold chain that says king on it too, real big. Says king on it.
I think I seen that one time.
Yeah, Dominic has become a Timu junkie. So have I, John Orler, uh, uh, Fresno. A bunch of us has. Miss Christy Brown. Right now, they've got some games on there. Like if you feed the fish and you keep feeding them every day, you pick out 3 items, you get them for free. They'll send it to you for free.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I
that
was worried about those, but when is Dom having his giveaway? The other night he was showing all the stuff that he had, but I
I don't
didn't.
know. He wanted me to stop by and pick out a couple of things. I told him no. I said no. That's for your giveaway. You give that for your giveaway.
Yeah,
It's like this ring right here.
yeah,
It's got green in it in the center of it. I got it off Temu. That and a nice wedding band set that matches exact for this right here. It's got an emerald in it that I got for her. I think I give like $5 for both of them. So we got matching.
Good morning, Tommy.
Morning, Tommy.
For stopping in.
Oh, Mike, I had 5 orders come in last week, and I got one more coming in. It should be here Monday. That makes number 6.
Tommy, I had a mess in my garage real bad for this week, so thank you for your time. I was able to put you on and listen and work at the same time.
Yeah.
So I
Here's
appreciate it.
here's the trick to Timu, Uncle Don, is that most time they have a $10 minimum, and you get a free gift. Uh, Whatever you choose. Uh, you just pick out to that $10 and you place your order. And if you see something you want and the price is still a little too high, you wait a little bit, that price will drop, and then you can add that to another $10 order and get it for hardly nothing. And you can get you get a bunch of stuff for $10.
Yeah, my peppers are just starting to come in there. I'm going to have a lot of peppers, so I'm pretty excited about this fall, and I have no idea what kind they are because my pooch tricked me, and I had them in these trays with little pods, and they all flew out, and the labels all flew out, and they all got mixed up, and I had about 10 different types of peppers that
Yeah. Mike, check out my video on that Temu. I got that bait caster for $1. That thing is a beast, man.
I should do that for next year for the grandkids and great grandkids giveaway in the spring.
Hey, yeah, you can look on there and find all kinds of good stuff, quality stuff. My my best advice I can give anybody is always read the description, because the picture and the description is not what you pick. It's to you.
That'd be cool, Mike. I
I've
don't
got
think it's gonna happen, but when I go to Mayo, I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll take the truck and the boat with me, and then start out down around Mike's area in Yankton, South Dakota, and do some river fishing all the way home.
I don't know if you can see that or not, but that right there, I ordered them swivels, and them things are so small. You could, I mean, what am I supposed to do? I guess I could use it for bluegill. I don't know. They are tiny. I mean, tiny, tiny.
Yes, and we
That-
used
How
a lot.
small the thing is.
We use those a lot up here for the walleye and 'cause most people
Yeah.
fish uh, for small walleye.
I'm gonna have them. I'm gonna have them up for a giveaway. People gonna come in thinking they're gonna get some stuff, and that don't ever come in my channel, and they're gonna win that.
Really, Tommy, that's pretty interesting.
Hey, casters.
Good morning, casters. And how's the weather over there? Thank you for coming in.
In Yukon, in gold up north. All right, River Rat. You have a good day, buddy.
All right, Ernest. Have a good day and good luck. I was going to say tight lines, but bait fish
Yeah,
don't.
he's gonna leave us good company.
Paulette Caster says hi.
Hey, there's downtown Ernie Brown. Good morning.
Good morning, Ernie Brown. I think Mike Turner. Hang on, I got you muted. I think. Nope.
Hey, they got metal detectors on that Temu too that you can get dirt cheap. Nice ones too.
Yeah, Alicia, that was on earlier. That's what she's into, and sounded like she blew up her ligaments in her calf or something. Sounded
Dry storms coming.
terrible.
Casters, you be careful. There's a storm coming.
Yeah, Tommy, Mike Turner lives down in that neck of the woods.
We had one come through yesterday morning, dropped a lot of rain, man, and it was everything was all wet and nasty.
Well, they forecast heavy rain here all day, and so I'm going to go out to the storage unit and need to just do some final little things on it. It's ready to go. Mount some rod holders and stuff like that. I got to sit in it for a while and move around to see where do I want them.
Hey, does your electric heat chair still working?
Yeah.
Good deal. Joe McGraw. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Welcome in. Links at top if anybody wants to come up and
You know, what's that? Sunday, Saturday. You know, Friday, me and Dominic went fishing. Right,
right.
got done fishing. It was about 1:30 in the afternoon. It was getting hot, and we caught a bunch of skipjack that morning. Then we tried going out catfishing, and all we get was gars. We were sitting up there by the vehicles just talking. Right, I was standing there just talking to him. The next thing I know, he lunges at me like this. Whack me, hits me on the chest. I jumped back. And I'm like, "Oh, we gonna go round or what?" what's going on here? And he said, man, there was a big old spider come out of your pocket, was crawling up your chest. And he said, I think I knocked it off. I said, okay, and I'm still sore right there. He's like, and and so I got driving down the road, man. I felt, man, something felt like something biting me under my shirt. I pulled over, I reached down there like a deer, like you said, like that. That big old spider comes running out. I mean, that spider's chasing that spider all over the land, trying to kill it. I said, it come out of my shirt. He knocked it in my shirt.
We didn't really have any storms, Joe. We got, I guess last Thursday we had a little rain, and it's been calm and in the 80s. It's been pretty nice days. Today we're having rain, but there's no thunderstorms yet. I haven't looked at the weather. They expect thunderstorms, but it's supposed to rain hard. So I'm hoping we don't get much rain this time of year. So I'm hoping next week when I go out camping, I'm hoping we'll have rain-free days. And now all I have to worry about is how hard the wind is going to blow.
Yeah.
That's the big thing up here. It's the wind. So you have to vary where you're going to fish. And if you have wind from this direction, that direction, and I'm usually pretty lucky to find a little nook or cranny that I can go and that wind isn't too bad.
Well, see, down here through the river valley up through here, the wind patterns have changed. And it's bringing more storms, more winds all the time, winds blowing most of the time. And it's all due to the farmers and the Corps of Engineers and the ditch drainage companies cutting out all the trees around here. And so there's no more wind breaks. And so when you cut out a huge path for hundreds of miles of trees and stuff, you cause the wind pattern to change. And man, we get more tornadoes, more storms than I've ever seen in my whole life.
You're right, Joe. That was a nasty storm. It went north of us, and they had a lot of wind damage. No hail or anything, but yeah, it went about 75 miles north of us. We didn't get much but a sprinkle out of the whole thing. But I remember hearing on news how they had a lot of wind damage and everything. I forgot about that one. I guess if it doesn't hit me, I forget about it real fast. My goal when we go camping is to outfish my wife.
I heard that.
I want to catch the first, the most, and the biggest.
Okay, the challenge is on.
All right,
No biscuits for breakfast.
$1 each. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a good time. I like where we're going. It's a nice, quiet day, so if the wind's blowing, you can go right in there and fish.
When are you going to go back out live fishing?
Pardon?
When are you going to go back live fishing?
Well, I'm hoping that this coming up, I'm going to be able to do that. Like I said, today I'm going to get some tie downs for my camera. I'm going to do the GoPro. I'm still really poor at going live, but I'm going to try. I was thinking if everything went right, I was hoping to do it next Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Well, that caster says you'll kick my ass.
I don't know that one. From your ears to my fishing pole.
Remind me, I got to take your pole down and get the tip fixed.
Okay.
You'll like it even better. Yeah, one time I was in that little bay, and right in the middle of the bay, I got my line all tangled up and stuff, and I was working with untangling backlash or something, and drifted out into the middle, and I had one line in with a little crankbait on it, and I got into a mess of white bass, and they were just hitting. It was fun.
Tommy said, I'm watching from the lake near Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Enjoying the morning with y'all. Awesome.
Well,
I'm gonna
thank you.
get some more coffee.
Yeah, I want to, next spring, I want to go to Grand Forks and get into the big Red River cats. This time of year, I wouldn't mind catching them, but there's something about warm water and catfishing that I like. The cold water coming out of the dam is probably in the mid 50s yet. So catfish coming out of there are pretty lively and they're firm and they go well with the freezer.
Morning, Joe.
So anybody wants to come up and join us. My wife gets bored with me after a while. Thanks, guys. I like subbing to lots of different channels, and my show is kind of a little bit of a promoting channel. So appreciate such shout out. You're welcome, Tommy, and thank Casters for doing that. Uh-oh. Now you're in trouble, Rusty.
But
Hey, everybody. How
I,
y'all?
I gotta go get coffee.
me and Dominic went fishing Friday. We just wanted to get away from YouTube for a little bit, just chill out, relax.
Right. I seen a couple little shorts you put out while you were doing that.
Yeah, we we want to just shoot a little bit of video footage, nothing major, and just sit back, talk, have a good time, relax. That's what we did.
Yeah. That's the best way to fish. You know, ever since I've had my accident, I can't get down in rocks like that. And boy, I missed some of my really good fishing spots, man.
Yeah, welcome back, Aunt Paulette.
Hello. Yep. Yeah. You know, Donald should kind of do away from those rocks too. I worry about him doing that one, but he's figuring out a new way to do it.
Yeah.
He's going to fall in those rocks. Yeah, he said on my butt. He does that sometimes too. I'm telling a story on him, but gets on his bottom and then he works his way down. He leaves his poles up on top. But I just wanted to stop back in again and tell everybody goodbye and have a great day. I'm going to turn it over to you guys and let you guys hash out all the secrets of the world and the fishing. Fishing. How else do it? I always enjoy seeing everybody. We missed you last Sunday, but we did have some good family time. And sometimes that's important. Not sometimes, it is important.
You're right.
So, and we did that and we enjoyed it. And we're going to get some time together again in a week, right, Don? We leave in a week or a half a week, something like that, when we go up to Hazen Bay. And that's when I try to get my fishing in, Caster. And I guess if Don's going to challenge me, I have to accept the challenge. So God bless
I bore you, Casters.
everyone. Bye, everybody.
See you later, Paulette.
Yep. Take me
They
home.
leave and they start telling me I'm boring them.
Bye, Aunt Paulette.
Okay, sweetie, take me out.
You take yourself out.
Pick yourself out. Hey, Dallas. Morning.
All right, I kicked her out. Now she can't listen. Good morning, Dallas.
I had to do that the other day. Somebody called in the yard mowed, and I was like, okay, it's going to storm. They said, well, that's why we want it mowed. And I got it half done, and it started raining, so I finished it up in the rain.
Thanks for the flowers, Dallas. He sends me flowers most every morning.
Hey, Rustic.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to thank you. I did get your stickers, and I've been so dang busy here lately. I ain't been able to even do a mail call.
I ain't worried about anybody doing mail calls from what I sent, bud. I'm glad you got them.
My daughter owns a cleaning business up here, and we have a university in town, and she cleans apartments for them for the students to come in, and it's been a
Yeah.
hell for the last 3 weeks. So I appreciate it though.
You're welcome.
I had to do
Yeah,
that.
made it up.
I had to do that for my sister-in-law yesterday. She's got to go into assisted living, and her daughter lives with her. And we went in to clean the house out, and oh my God, what a pack rat! And then they were crying, "Oh, don't get rid of that." It was the first flowers from her dad's funeral 10 years ago. Yeah, it's like you got to get rid of it. It's fighting them and trying to load everything. So I made up a big pot of sloppy joes for lunch for them. And you just can't get people to jump in and help out doing those things. But I wasn't much help. I was kind of hobbling around.
Yeah.
But
Well, all I did was wash windows.
yeah, and it's sad,
You
We
see my
have-
one right there?
Yeah.
That's gonna be my new. That's gonna be my new set of stickers I have made.
Cool.
Because everybody knows I drive the old fishing van, and that's identical to the van I drive almost.
Yeah, you got me started into that. My mind has been going around, and I thought, you know what? And I seen one the other day. There was a van like yours. The old Astros were four-wheel drive, and it had a drop-down ramp in the back for a wheelchair. And I thought, oh man, I could just pull my wagon right up inside of it. I'd be in my glory. I could keep everything loaded and pull it up beside the van and tie it down, and away I'd go.
Yeah.
I pulled up on an accident the other day. A car and a van had an accident, and as I'm driving by the van, in the back window had a sticker that said "Future Demo Car." I'm driving by the people talking about their accident. I'm laughing my butt off at them.
Well, their dream come true. It's gonna be a future demo car now.
They foreseen that one, I guess, boy.
Morning, Dink.
Hey, Dink, what's going on?
Good morning, Gene. How are you today? Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Link's at top. You want to come up and
Get the link, Dink.
be the new victim for us to pick on. Yeah, I had a lot of videos running while I've been cleaning everything. The only thing I got left is pressure wash the floor, and then I should be done with all the cleanup. Already did it with bleach and Simply Green and make it smell good in here again. But to do it again, it's just no hurry for that. I'll get to it.
Yeah, I was fishing with Dominic. We got down there. Somehow or another, I broke the handle on my rod, on my reel. And this is a good reel, man. This thing will throw out 20 miles if you let it. I mean, it won't go 20 miles, but it throws way out there. And I'm sitting there trying to reel this thing in quick, and it's moving all over the place. I'm like, come on, get this. But it broke. It's one of those that's got the label arms, and the thing popped off right there, and the spring come out, and the clip come out, and I found the spring, but I couldn't find the clip. It was, I don't know, been stepped on so many times, I guess.
Just an ordinary seat clip.
Now I could buy another reel like that.
What kind is it?
It's a, hey, how much people I got? It's got the body alarm on it. I think it's a Zepco. Yep, Zepco
Yeah.
body alarm.
Well,
It's good.
should be able to go Zecco and get the parts. Didn't cost very much.
That's one of them reels uh, that you definitely have to order the left or right. It's not ambidextrous. You can't swap it over to the other side.
Right.
Yeah, I got one reel laying behind me on my bench that I took it apart and greased it, and damn if I didn't lose one of the little screws for the side plate. I had some from other reels, none of them fit.
Yeah.
And
Now, Caster, I'm going to get me another one and use that one for spare parts.
yeah, it doesn't hurt anything, but just the fact it's missing a screw, I don't want to use it.
Yeah, I'm just basically using my spin cast reels for bank fishing. On my boat, I'm going with all bait casters.
Yeah, I use spin cast for walleyes and bait, and now I'm with the walleyes. I like using if I'm dragging cranks. I like having a counter on my reel. So
Yeah.
I know how far out behind the boat I am, and I usually run it out about 100.
Well, I'd rather use all spin cast reels because the drag systems on them are a lot better than any bait caster I've ever seen.
I bought 2 new bait casters this year, and they got more drag than I'll ever need.
So,
And go ahead.
I got this from Dominic. I don't let the fan break it up. It's a big cat fever rod,
Yeah,
and he put that reel on there for me.
nice.
He said I like that one a lot better because it's got the bait clicker on it right there.
Yeah,
Man, I like that handle too.
Yeah, he got that off of Temu. This reel.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
is that the drag on the back?
Well, he's just a drag here on top, but this is the when you go to set it, you
Yeah.
just flip it down, and then it'll start clicking if something takes off with it.
Cool. That's hard to find now. I like having that drag in the back. It makes it
Well,
easier for me to adjust when I'm fighting a fish.
he kept saying that. Oh, hey, hi, buddy. Oh, you want to see that? It's got the cork handle on it.
Yeah. I still kind of like cork handles myself.
And it is the 7'6", medium heavy, which he knows that I love the medium heavy rods.
Dang,
Then I got my Gold Rush. Oh, I love them rods there. It took me a year to save up my money to buy one of those.
Where'd you
My
get
chain and all that other stuff. Yeah,
Where'd you get that from?
I ordered that one there from Mac Cats.
Oh, okay.
I've got the knock that over. I'm fish off the wall. I've got J Dog suggested I was looking for a reel. J Dog suggested I go with a Shakespeare ATS. This is the ATS 30,
Mm-hmm.
and he said he had never had no problems with it. The only thing is that when you go to cast it out, you got to make sure the handle on any big reel, like even on that sort of laying over, I got over there at 4,000. You got to make sure the handle is down or back a little bit, so when you throw it, it don't kick the handle over and kick your deal up.
Yeah.
But I love this rod, man. I haven't got to use it yet, but I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, I need to get a medium and a medium light pole. I broke my light stuff. I always get the tip.
Mike said just sitting at work this morning, so I'm in and out. I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm in and out too all the time. I'm just getting old.
Okay, you can take me off big screen now.
Sorry about that. Missed it. Guess I can turn my camera on too. I was
Yeah,
supposed to, and you couldn't even see
they had
it.
a student because when I was skipjack fishing the other day up there in the week, before me and Dominic went, I had a big skipjack on the line. It got the bank got off, and you know how you got pressure on it. It come off, but it did. The sinker hit me in the mouth, knocked my tooth out.
Really?
Yeah, but it broke it, half of it off. So I got to go have that fixed.
Oh,
That's
that's
not as bad as getting sinker eye, isn't it?
Well, I've had that done too. Oh, I thought my eye was swell up, closed off.
all right, Ernie. You can listen.
Well, Ernie, go get your lunch, come back and hang out with us. Peter Redbird, good morning. Yeah, when that thing hit me in the mouth, well, I thought it busted my lip, but it didn't do it because it caught part of my lip, the bottom part of my tooth, and broke half my tooth off.
Good morning, Miss Brenda. That's nice to see you come in this morning.
I only use pin reels, affordable but quality. Yeah, I've got one Pinfitter Street 6000 pin cast I use. I love that reel, but I can't afford them pins.
I got a Warfare, and the only thing I don't like about it is sometimes the clicker, the switch will engage itself while you're casting.
Yeah.
That's the only drawback I've seen with those, and I've heard quite a few people say that. So
I got a couple Pacific funds,
Yep.
and so far I really like them. And they got like 20-pound drag. But there's one thing I don't like about them, and I can't remember what it is. I'll know next time I cast one out. But it's just a little thing. I'm never gonna wear out a reel again in my time anyhow. I'll switch them out before I'll ever wear them out.
yeah, I just got that new 6500 from Abu Garcia, the 6500 Catfish Special. I like that reel. I really do.
Good morning, Martin.
Well, I was torn between when I ordered that Orange Crush. I was torn between putting another Ancient Mariner on there, or a Pins or an Abu on there. But you know, I had about $120 to spend for a reel, and so I got a hold of J Dog. I was talking to him. He told me get one of those. He said you ain't got to spend a lot of money. So I got it. Try it.
I got all kinds of levels of stuff, and it's always nice to have good gear that didn't cost you much when you start taking grandkids and great grandkids out fishing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I got that 6500 off Walmart, you know, when they had the $52 special, and I thought, man, that's so cheap. I gotta buy it.
My Abu has been kind of disappointing me lately because it's just not quite casting. I've been thinking about I should send it in to those guys that rework your reel and put the different drags and different bearings and in there and tune it up for you. But
Whenever I look at a reel, the main thing I really look at is the drag, how much pound of drag it's got.
yeah,
And I guess that's why most of my reels are. I go with the saltwater reels because they're some of the best reels out there, and they're really affordable. Like that Sequoia Lane 4000 I got sitting over there, that's all stainless steel parts on the inside. And it's a sea troll trolling around in the ocean to see stuff. So it's a heavy duty reel. And it throws real good. I got a video on it where I was sitting in my backyard on the far side, and it's easy.
I seen the video.
You see the was in the tree?
Yeah, I seen you had to dig it out of the tree. Well, here comes my line down out of the tree.
Yeah, I heard it go bam, and I was like, God, where did it go? And I started following, looking at the line. And it was all up in the tree across the alley and hit the people's shed behind in the other side of the alley. I said, man, that's over 250 feet.
Does this make them look even older, testers?
Don,
Thanks
you,
for the link on.
you're making Rusted look good. Rusted look old. I am old, buddy.
As old as you feel.
Oh, yeah.
I'm younger today than I felt yesterday. I always get perked up when I do this on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, he needs to dye his beard, don't he?
Yeah, I should do that. Since my beard comes in just pure white.
I'm just gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna
I seen old Daryl, he trophy cigarette, he had him a little goatee beard going right there. I kept looking at that. I said, man, I wonder if that's fake. Because the next day he was clean shaved.
Yeah, he took the marker or something and did all that.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, where did he get that beard? He must have stuck some hair on his face or something. Oh, come here. Come here. Yeah, what's your man, Andy? Andy. I'm not scratching your butt.
Oh, Rustic, there's somebody out across the street cutting grass.
That's good. I got to go mow 2 yards here in a little bit.
I think I'm gonna do mine today too.
Well, Casters, I hope you're happy. She just came by and kicked my ass.
Yeah, if he dyed that beard and get long hair, he'd look like Rich, wouldn't he? You'd be seeing, next thing you know, you seen up down up there playing guitar.
Yeah, kick rocks, baby.
I've always wanted to do something musical, but there was no niche in there for my musical talents. I couldn't walk around with a bucket in my hand.
Mark, how's your afternoon going?
So I enjoy other people that have musical talents.
Casher says, Paulette, get him, babe.
Paulette gonna take him out to the wrestling ring in the backyard and drop some elbows on him.
She's going to wait and get him on that pontoon, and when the bike goes down, she's going to run him over to get to it. So I'll show you.
Hip check, pow, out of my way, now.
You know, there's nothing more fun than taking somebody fishing and watching them catch fish.
She's going to start telling me, you just sit there and cut bait. I'll do it.
Yeah.
But you know what, Don? Isn't that how that always works out? Doesn't your wife always outfish you, even though they don't go fishing? And every once in a while when they go with you. And then the ride home is just terrible.
Brenda, the link's up top if you want to come up. You know, I go by myself. I catch fish. When she comes, I don't catch any fish, but she keeps me busy untangling her line and baiting it and re-rigging it. And so it draws my attention from my poles. But as long as she's catching something, I know she'll be happy and she might want to go again someday.
Yeah, you know, really, that's the way I feel about it. Even though she be ragging me all the way home, I'm happy on the inside. I really am.
Yeah, I love it with the grandkids and the great grandkids. Same way. If they don't catch any fish, they're not going to like it. But once they get hooked on it and catch a few fish, that'll be something they'll never forget. For some reason, you just never forget your days when you go fishing.
Red person, I mean to like breakfast.
Oh, when my grandkids were young and they were catching fish, I'd lose my mind. Get that fish! Get that fish! Get it! Get it! Get it!
Yeah, when I was young, it didn't matter to me what kind of fish it was. we'd take a lunch break out in the farm, and if I had some string on me, and I'd carry a little tin of hooks on me, I'd grab a grasshopper or something and throw it out there, and maybe tie a rock or a piece of stick, rock on for a bobber, and a little piece of stick for, or a little piece of stick for a bobber, and a rock for a sinker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd just catch them and release them, and when lunch was over, I'd pack it up and put it in my back pocket and wait for the next day that we had lunch close enough that I could do that. I've even fished mud puddles, thinking, there could be fish in here.
Me and my grandson was out fishing one day. He was probably about 5 or 6, and I went around the corner of the building there to get a pack of cigarettes out of my car. Come back around, and he's standing there holding about a 14-inch crappie. Like, what the heck? He said, "Oh yeah, I had to walk him in."
Yeah, it's always fun.
Boy, it's storming its butt off out there right now.
My
Raining down at your place?
Oh man, the winds are blowing extremely hard, and it is raining.
See, that's why I think I'd better cut my grass today, because I know it's probably coming our way.
Yeah, it'll probably be tomorrow before I cut yours.
my oldest grandson, he's at the point now. He's caught fish, but he's only once has he ever got more than I have.
Well,
He's
I
been
heard
so
I heard my wife talking on the phone. It sounded like my son. She's on speakerphone. I went there and asked her. I said, "Is that Dave?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Have him come over here to help me to take my big skipjack deep freeze and let's get it up in the air on some 4x4s, so that way air can get under it and it's not rusting the bottom of my deep freeze out."
yeah.
And he goes, "Well, it's storming real bad in Malden right now, and it's headed our way." And I opened up the front door, and I said, "Well, it's already here."
It didn't take long.
Yeah. So I said, "Don't worry about it. I'll do it myself." I'm in southeast Missouri, right next to the Mississippi River. I'm in Boot Hill, right down very southeast Missouri.
Yeah, I'd like to get out in that area and one time, but problem is Paulette always wants to go along, and I'd sleep in the truck or any lazy motel along the way, but she's not quite like that.
Hard out there.
So it becomes a financial thing. But maybe this fall. Never know. Summers always seem to be pretty tight for us.
Don, you were talking earlier about the cold water and the catfish. You like cold water catfish better.
Yes.
I'm the same way with crappie. I do not fish for crappie at all in the summertime, because it seems to me like their meat is a little mushier in the warm water.
That's right.
Oh yeah. If you was in a hot bath all the time you get out.
Well, see, one of my favorite crappie spots that I used to be able to go to, I can't now because of the rocks, but it's at a power plant. And that water gets up to about 100 degrees in the summertime. It's a nuclear power plant. So
Oh man.
I don't even think about crappies at that lake.
Never
Yeah.
fished it, but we
Oh,
got
I go crappie fishing in summer. I take my cooler. I don't throw them in the live well. I put them on cooler on top of ice.
Throw them on ice. Yeah, I've heard people doing that too. Firm up the meat before you get home.
Yeah. But yeah, there's nothing like crappie that's been caught in the wintertime in cold water.
Yep. They're tasty. Their meat's good. Oh.
we have a power plant here, and I've always been going to go up there in the winter and see about catching some crappie and bluegill, but I've never fished it yet. I just kind
See,
of got it.
that's the thing about this power plant down here, where the hot water discharge comes out that runs down towards the dam. That water stays open all winter if the power plant's running, and you can fish there all winter long.
Yeah.
That's
Everybody,
catfish. It's the same here for cod. In the summer, it's mush.
yeah. Yes.
Now, I've never fished the Illinois River or Tin Killer.
Yeah, you can go to that power plant, fish open water, and move 10 miles from there and have to get out your ice auger and drill through 2 feet of ice to go fishing.
Well, on that lake that's got the power plant in the wintertime, like I said, the water that flows down the dam's open, but the rest of the lake, which got a couple fingers on it, are froze solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. The power plant we have here in town, it's a refinery, but I can't find a public access to it. I found one, but it's probably a 75-foot cliff. It's got steps, but I don't know if my legs would carry me back up those steps once I go down.
I wish I had my camera on. We just lost power.
Oh,
It came back on.
must have been why your voice was kind of garbling back a little ways.
No, I'm on 4G on my phone.
Yeah.
My voice is guarded because my sinuses are acting up.
Oh. Well, I hope you get power back soon.
Oh, it just came back on.
That'd be a bummer. I just got all the stuff that I saved back in the freezer. That'd be a bummer if I lost power for very long.
There ain't gonna be no fishing today.
Yeah, Don, I told you earlier I came back from vacation to that same problem. Our freezer went down while we were on vacation, and I had everything in the freezer I didn't care about except for that trophy-sized golden trout that was getting ready to go to the taxidermy.
Yeah,
He didn't make it.
that's it. Casters, make it happen.
Can't read chat right now. My big screen TV is still loading up the Wi-Fi.
I got rid of most of my ice fishing stuff to my son-in-law, but I still got use of it. But they took it all to their house, but they didn't pay for it yet, so it's still mine. They did that with a boat I gave them years ago, so I took the boat and gave it to my other daughter. And they've been so happy with it. They've never had one before, and now they got grandkids, and he's been taking them out. And he's a tinker. He's one that could take a vehicle that never ran and tinker with it and get it running and everything. So he's having fun with his boat, fixing a little of this, a little of that, going fishing when he can. So makes me feel good.
Oh, it's stunning out there.
I was going to take it back when I sold my pontoon, and I kept thinking about it, and I thought, they'll get more use out of it taking those grandkids out than I will taking them out for them. Ends up being too many people wanting to go out at one time. But I'm anxious to get mine out. You know how it is, Rusty, tinkering with them, and I forgot to turn my camera on. Tinkering with them and add a little of this, a little of that.
Yeah.
And so this afternoon, I'm hoping it doesn't get too chilly. It's only 60 degrees here, which is pretty chilly for me, but bearable.
I guess I ain't gonna mow yards today. I guess I'll be taking a nap sometime during the day.
Yeah. Yeah, Casters, I can help set you up. We can
Look
do
at that. Or back on the big screen.
they
You know,
catch.
Casters, I guess if you wanted to go ice fishing, going to Don's place would be the place to do it.
Yeah, you can ice fish there almost year round.
Yeah, and you know what the thing is, the fish are used to being ice fish there too, and that'd probably be a good spot. It'd be like I imagine it's probably just like up in Minnesota, you know, Wisconsin, stuff like that when they ice fish up there.
All right, Joe. Tell her congratulations for us. Not
Make
everybody gets
you
to
give
go
her
to.
a lot of money.
Yeah, they do good on walleye, northerns, burbot. Uh, been people been years ago. You never caught a catfish through the ice. Now they're starting to catch a lot of catfish through the ice too.
Hey, Randall.
But you get in where you only got about 3 feet of water under your ice and throw down some big bait, and they
Yeah.
catch a lot of 15 to 20 pound plus pike out of them. Not too many lake trout. They say there's none left in the lake, but I don't believe that because I don't believe people fish for them. They're pretty deep in the summer when people are out fishing. A lot of times you can't get far enough out in the lake to fish for them ice fishing because you get a pressure ridge, you really don't want to cross it, and because within hours that pressure ridge could open up and close up and open up and close up. You know, you look at little things, and that ice is moving all the time.
Yeah, we were down there fishing one time, ice fishing on top of this tree, and you look down in the water, and it looked like the tree was going like this.
Yeah,
But no, the tree ain't moving.
yeah. You don't really notice it, but if you pay attention to little things, I was fishing about 17 feet of water, and I could see my bait down there. And all of a sudden, it started getting cloudier and cloudier and murkier and cloudier. And all of a sudden, it was about 4 feet, because all the further I could see my bait. And then the wind came up, and I couldn't take my tent down. It was so windy. I was by myself, and it's a 4-man tent, so I had to stick it out all night long, and it'd keep pulling the anchors out of the ice, and the wall would cave in, so I'd have to run out and re-put the anchors in and pull it tight, pump the wall back out. Oh, it was a crazy night.
Yeah, Casters, we'd like for you to come over and fish with us too. Man, I could put you on so many different species of fish you ain't never caught. You'd be amazed. Randall said, I live in Mojave Desert. Ice fishing y'all crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe it or not, some people even drive their vehicles out on the lake to fish.
Oh, yeah.
Got a little anti shack set up, and they can build a fire in there and have heaters going and everything else on that ice.
Yeah. We usually use the buddy heaters and set the big propane tank outside, and walk in and take our coats off and hang them up, and
Yep.
put a mat down for your feet, because if you don't, your feet will get cold. So you put a like a good morning, Miss Jody, my friend.
Hey, Jody.
If you don't put that mat under your feet, then it gets kind of sloppy wet in there. But most of the time, it finds its way and starts running back in the holes.
I think that's why Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men is one of my two favorite movies because they're always out there ice fishing and doing crazy things.
Yeah,
Those two movies are in my top 5, no doubt.
I relate to that. That's kind of the way I fish. It's just fun. Just have a lot of fun.
Well, they had that skipjack deal yesterday, and I was rooting for Jody the whole time.
Yeah.
You know I was rooting for you, Jody. You know I'm your number one fan. You know I was rooting for you.
I was listening, but I never hard to keep up with. I'm just working and listening, and
Yeah.
so I missed a lot. But it was fun. It was really entertained me while I was cleaning up the mess. But every time I'd say I think I'm ready to get back at it and get it going, another thing changes everything. But
Let
keep,
me ask you, dog, what are you gonna do with that antenna up there you got hanging in there?
That's my TV antenna for out here in the garage. I don't have cable out here.
Get 2 channels?
Actually, I get quite a few. I get ABC, NBC, CBS, PBS. I get all the op channels of the 3 CBS, PBS, NBC, ABC. All have like 4 channels. They have 3 other sub channels that play different stuff. So with my antenna, I get like 26, 28 channels.
Yeah. Jody said I had 4 spoons and we done lost 2. I need a heavier sinker on, but I couldn't afford to lose a spoon. See, Jody, and most I'll put on is like a half ounce. Most time it's 3/8 of an ounce at the end of where I put the spoon on, and I throw it out there. And if they're not hitting on the slow retrieve, what I do is what I tried to give the guys tipped yesterday is you slow retrieve, you jerk it, and just let it fall. Jerk it like it right there, and when on the fall, they'll come up and grab that dude, man. They think that thing swim to their injury. And from the bank up here, you're not gonna catch anything with a spoon off the bank here unless you're out on that pylon fishing out towards the middle of it in that heavy current with a spoon. Then you can catch some good ones. But I'd have to use jigs from the bank right now, and I can catch a bunch of them. But we weren't allowed to use jigs, so I decided I wasn't gonna be in it.
well, Judy, you might have to take those rubber hooks off and put a different hook on.
Jody, they would. You'll lose a lot of them fishing with them spoons. How many poles could you use skipjack fishing? Did they allow you more than one that you was using? Because normally when I'm fishing, if I'm fishing using a spoon and I'm somewhere there's a lot of current, I'll have one set out with a half ounce and I'll just let it sit there and it'll spin on top of the water, go down and come back up. And when it falls down, they'll usually hit it. Yeah, I catch all mine on jigs too. This time of year here, you won't catch nothing on spoon here unless you're in a boat like everybody else was. And I kind of figured everybody's going to be in a boat, so uh, I know better. I know the waters too well. But I can't catch them from the bank using jigs. Catch some good ones too. If it was a jig tournament, we could have used jigs. I'd have been there.
Now they don't have skipjack around here, and I've never fished for them. Do they fish pretty much kind of like white bass, maybe?
Do what?
I said we don't have skipjack around here, and I've never fished for them before. Do they kind of fish like white bass?
Yeah, that's why a lot of them yesterday was catching white bass on their jigs because they was letting it fall and it was going down deep. They was
Right.
going way too deep with the jigs, and that's why most of them was catching a lot of good white stripers up there, white bass. And because skipjack, they're always looking up, and you want their stuff higher at the top of the water. That way, they get the light on the jig, and if you go down too deep, they was catching them stripers. But they did real good yesterday on a lot of skipjack. And
Yeah.
some places they allow you to use that as bait, but not here. You can't use those as bait here.
We supposedly have gizzard shad here, but boy, few and far between have I caught.
Yeah.
I caught one, and
Go ahead, Don.
oh, but they just the gizzard shad are hard to catch. But I've never tried jigging or were doing like you guys do to fish for them either.
Yeah. Well, maybe
Well,
Jody,
go
but
ahead.
Jody, but Jody, maybe we could do a skipjack tournament, where we can use jigs. You know, the spoons deals are all right. They're cool and everything to use. Ours, mostly if you catch them with spoons, it'll be during the run during the spring. And rest time it's hard to catch skipjack up here. Unless you're in a boat, you're out there in that heavy current, in that current scene, deeper water. But maybe we can get together and have one, because like I was telling these guys earlier, I said I'm buying a crown and for the skipjack king, and we're gonna put it up this spring.
So do those skipjacks stay in that water area all year long?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay, so they don't just run up there and then disappear again. They're there the whole time.
Yeah, they're not in there real thick, but a bunch of them do hang around at that current, especially this time of year when all the baby shad move up in there around the banks. Then they come back up in there and feed, and it makes them harder to catch. That's my problem, Jody. Is anchoring down out there. If I anchor down out there, I'll be fine, but I'm gonna lose the anchor because I'm gonna be able to pull it up. I'll just have to cut the rope. And I don't have spot lock. I can't afford that spot lock. Total motor. But as far as the skipjack, they hang around in there, but they're not as thick. And like I said, when the baby shad moves up, they're harder to catch too because they're so full of baby shad.
Right.
And they're not feeding as aggressive. But they're there year round. During the summer months, they're harder to catch. In the winter months, they get a little easier to catch because the water gets cooler and they love that cold water.
Okay, Brenda, you have a good day, young lady.
But during the spring, when they're in there trying to spawn, man, they're in there thick. I'll fish with 7 jigs on a line, and I'll pull up anywhere between 3 to 5 fish at a time, sometimes 6.
See, that kills me because here in Illinois, you can only use 2 hooks per line. 2 poles, 2 hooks per line.
Yep, that's what I got. We got 2 poles, 1 hook per line.
Now, see, I have caught like say 2 crappies on a double rig before. I can't imagine trying to haul in 7 skipjack in 1 rig.
You imagine there's time when the spring comes up, and there's been other times during the summer I pulled in anywhere between 5 at a time, and you can imagine having 5 2-pound fish on there, and they're all swimming different directions trying
to. Exactly.
It's like hooking onto a 70-pound fish, I believe. It's tough. Yeah, Jody, I've had to take my boat, pull my anchor loose on Mississippi River a few times. One time I thought I was going to pull the front of my boat off.
Yeah, I always when I changed the rope on my boat. I've carried around for years some crab pot line, and it's weighted line. It doesn't float.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I get faster and better hookups on my anchor without having to put out quite so much line.
All right, Redbird, you have a great day.
So now I'm going to have to pull it in by hand again. This winter I'll probably look at getting a.
Yeah, I'd like to get with Jody and have a spring skipjack tournament where you fish from a boat or bank. Because I know where Jody be bad. She'll be right there on the bank. She's caught a bunch of them for the bank in the springtime.
Yeah.
And Big Mike, he catch his from the bank all the time. And man, I'm telling you, it now that would be hard for somebody to keep up with as far as score count.
Boy, they were having a hard time yesterday because as soon as that sun started going down, man, those Precision Big Mike and Viking and them, boy, they was on it, man, just nailing them.
Yeah, see, Mike's fishing the Tennessee River, and so does Jody. And where Mike's at, and Jody and them, they catch them big skipjack there year round. Down here, if I drive 3 hours to the Tennessee River or Pickwick, I can catch them skipjack too. But that's a 3-hour drive one way. That's why I told Daryl, I said, I can do it, but it's 3 hours over there. Fish that amount of time, quit at 9 o'clock, and then it takes me 3 hours to get home.
Yeah, it's not so much the drive there and the fishing, it's the drive back.
Yeah. I've been over there and I've limited out. get over at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll sit there and wait till I see the water do a certain deal, and the water moves a certain way. Then I know the skipjacks have come up in there, and then I start fishing and catching them, and I limit it out about pretty quick. And then I'll be like, God, man, I've got to drive that 3 hour home, and I ain't been up here 2 hours. And so I try to always take somebody with me when I go over there. Because you're only allowed 100 fish over there. In Tennessee, you're only allowed 100 fish. Kentucky, we get 500.
Man.
And I've limited out in Kentucky, man.
No kidding. 500?
Yeah.
Wow. Man, I'd be wore out. I would be just straight wore out.
Yeah. When I go over there, I take 3 giant coolers. I mean, big ones. And I have filled all 3 of them up several times.
Yeah, you make my arms sore watching you.
Yeah, when you're on them and you catch them 3, 4, 5 at a time, it don't take long to add up. I used to carry me a cooler that a big one had a handle on it, and I could put up 1.5 pound skipjack. I could put almost 70 in that deal and carry them up, and that's just heavy, extremely heavy to walk upstairs like this, a lot of stairs up, and I dumped that dude 5, 6, 7 times.
That always starts the summer off good when you go out in the spring and you have a really good day and catch a lot of fish. It just mellows you out, and you enjoy the rest of the summer fishing, catching or not.
Yeah, that's not me. I just sold the last bit of skipjack I had in my deep freeze, so my selling season's over. There's no way I can keep up with sales the way they're biting up here in Kentucky right now. I mean, I can go up there and catch them. There'll be about 9, 10. Sometimes you'll catch them between 11 and 13, 14 inch. But most of them's going to be 9, 10 inches long, and nobody around here wants to buy them 9, 10 inches long. Me, I have better luck catching nicer fish on smaller skipjack.
Oh, I'd love to get some that size. That's size I look for up here for cut bait.
Well, right now they're hitting pretty good up there if you know how to catch them and know the spot to go to. That's why Patience was live fishing up there, and I was in the chat. I kept telling him, move down 10 feet, throw straight out, and let it start. As soon as it hits the water, starts jerking him. And his wife was on the other side of him, 10 feet, and she was pulling him in 4 or 5 at a time.
Yeah.
I kept telling him, move down. And finally he moved down. He started catching them. And right now, all I'm basically doing right now is catching me some for the winter.
Well, could you tell him to move down by the flow of the water in that area? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I've been up there, oh man, 8 years fishing up there. I know a lot of locals that live up there. I got several of them's got my phone number. They got mine. When they call me and said, hey, the skipjack are hitting right now, I'm gone. If I'm up there and they're not, I call them and say, hey, where you at, man? The skipjack on fire right now.
So work up a price for me to send me a dozen of those small ones.
The shipping on that stuff, Don, is $50 alone.
That'd be fine.
Do what?
I said that would be fine.
Because I use a certain type of cooler, certain size box, and I put as many in there as I can get because they charge you by the box size, and it's shipping on it's $50. Last year, well, I sent some when Trump was in office, and I think it cost me $38 to ship it, that same size box. Now it's $50 because I sent John Order a box, the same box, same amount of fish, and it's went up to $50.
That's funny, casters. Yeah, I ordered some from a
Caster.
place, and I had to order 10 bags of each, what I wanted, and that came out to like over $100 a bag, or for each selection that I had.
Yeah.
And
just sliding about.
I lost all those. That was the only bigger cut bait that I have around here. The only minnows we're allowed to use up here are just the little fathead minnows that only get about 2 inches long.
Well, I'm Don. I'll catch them right now if you want some. These are perfect size, man. Me and Dominic, we tear them up this time of year because we love using this size right here because I've used. Hey, there's Dominic right there. I've used
Hey,
big old,
Dominic, what's going on, brother?
and I've never caught nothing on a great big donkey bait.
But you think about it, and if you want to hook me up, I'd appreciate it.
Well, if you got a cash app, uh, just I'm gonna say just send me about $60, and I'll get them out to you.
All right. I'll see if I have that. I'll find it somewhere.
Yeah, I think mine's like $ Rustic Outdoors. He said, yes, we did. I'll package them up now. You're a late package them bad boys up, ain't you? Like Dominic can tell you, he loves using the skipjack that size. And I've started using them, and I can tell the better results will because whenever I use big baits, even with 10-aught hooks, I throw it out there. If a big one takes it, that's fine. But most times, small ones, they pick it. But they'll pick it up, run with it, and then they'll feel it pull, and they'll let go of it.
Yeah, that's what I find with real big cut bait is the little fish just pick it until I reel it back, and all I got is a skeleton.
Yeah.
Well,
See,
when you use a donkey bait, you're stuck fishing for donkeys. When you
Yeah.
use a donkey bait, I mean, really, I mean, that's all there is to it.
you're a trophy hunter. You're after nothing but trophy. That's all you want. You use them giant baits. Uh, if you're on live and you want to put on a good fishing show, downsize your baits. People want to see you catch.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Downsize because that way you can catch channel cats too. Channels, blues, flatties, all of them.
Yeah.
And if you're in the right kind of water, maybe even a striper or two once in a while on cut bait.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people use big baits, and that's fine. But uh, for for me, I want to catch fish. It's all about the fishing for me. I just want to catch fish. So I've learned that if I got nothing but giant skipjack, I cut that dude down to smaller pieces. I want to catch fish because I've had big fish hit that small piece quicker than a big one anyway.
That's
Yeah.
what I do. If I'm in an area and I start catching nice
Yep.
sized ones, then I'll start throwing out bigger baits and see if there's a bigger one with them. And
You ain't working, come up here and talk to us.
but got to find them first.
Yeah, if you're in one of them states where you get a lot of rods and reels, you can always have that one donkey bait sitting off to the side, just minding its own business.
Yeah.
That's what's hard with two poles.
When I had the chatterbox, me and Apache had the chatterbox going. I met Dominic up there and I gave him a bunch of skipjack. He had big ones on there. He wouldn't get nothing. He downsized it to a small head and he caught that, a 55-pounder that night on my show, on our show. That was awesome. But Dominic, I asked him, "Does he go fishing tonight?" If I catch any bait, okay. I dumped all my skipjack in this cooler. You got no now.
Yeah, for you guys, the link's at the top if you want to come up.
And that's how me and Dominic met. And ever since then, I've called him my brother because he's like a brother to me, man.
Y'all click like peanut butter and jelly, huh?
Yep. If he needs me, and if I ain't doing nothing, he needs me, I'll be there.
Yeah, my little brain was calculating, and to drive to the east part of the state to get bigger bait would cost me over $100 anyhow in fuel. But it's about a 3-hour drive each way.
Yeah.
But I'll probably pick up some when I go to Mayo Clinic if they have them. But skipjacks, I think, would work a little bit better And those size that you got would work great for salmon fishing.
Yeah, see, all I use is Stellar fishing tackle hooks, Stellar hooks, and I use 8-aughts. I fixed to order me some 9s because I got the 7s, the 8s, and the 10s. I want some 9s, and I'll just use a little bait, just click it on there, go right out there, man. Because even on a 10-aught, I've caught pound and a half, 2 pound channel cast on a 10-aught.
Right. The hook
It's just-
size the
they
same
hit
as much as long as you got a lot of hook out of that bait, which I grew up, you cover the hook end with your bait to where you can't see it.
I want to show Dominic something. Let me get it out here where I can show him.
Oh, it's a Timu show off.
I got him this right here.
Oh, that's badass.
I got a black one, and I'm giving this one here to Dominic.
You should have bought a couple of those and tried to make a lure out of that. Like drill a hole in the tail, maybe put a treble hook in it.
But I'm that's Dominic
Got
killer. Because I plan on going back up to Kentucky Wednesday. If it ain't storming.
Rustic, let me ask you this. You send skipjack everywhere. Do you send skipjack to places where they don't have skipjack, and how well do they fish with it there?
Well, if they're not allowed to fish with them in their waters, I will not send it.
Well, no, I'm not sure. I'm not saying if they're not allowed to fish with it. Let's just say they don't have skipjack in that area. Do the fish eat that even though it's not like a native bait?
as long as it's
Skip- Not a native bait. They are considered an invasive species because they came from the sea, the ocean part, up into the rivers, and they've accumulated and adapted over the years. And they want to go back out to the sea and stuff like that because they want to spawn there. But they can't because the dams keep them trapped. Once they get washed through that dams and stuff, they're there.
Well, I just use the term native bait for bait that's in your area. Like I said, we don't have no skipjack up here, so they wouldn't be what I call native to our area.
All right, Dominic, call me, man. We'll set up a time. We'll go Wednesday. I need to catch some more skipjacks. Wednesday's his birthday. I'm going to tell you right now, happy birthday to you.
Well, happy birthday, Dom.
Yeah, the skipjack are not, I mean, for years they traveled up the rivers before the dams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They built the dams, they got trapped. And so they spawn. They get up by the dam, that cold current water and all them rocks, and they spawn. And so they just stay here. And hundreds of thousands of people fish for them every year. So you know they're never getting fished out. I've been up in Kentucky and I've seen over 100 people line up down the bank down there, and everybody's pulling out skipjack left and right nonstop all day long. So
well, I tell you what, in my hot crappie spot I used to go to, when the sun would come up for the first hour and a half, if there's 20 guys standing along that shore, every one of them is catching. It's just like a reel is moving at all times down that line.
Yep. Well, a skipjack is real finicky. I mean, they might bite 30 minutes before the sun comes up. They might bite for an hour, 45 minutes after the sun comes up. And then they might bite at noon. They might bite at about 1 o'clock, or they might bite at night, or they'll wait till it gets dark. I mean, but if you're there from sun up to sundown, somewhere in that time period, you're going to have 2 major hits of skipjack.
Crappie's kind of the same way too. You can catch them in the morning, the evening, and then sometimes every once in a while, right about 1 o'clock or so, they'll roll again too. Yeah.
Well, it's like the weekend, the weekday before me and Dominic went out. I went out earlier that week, and when I busted my tooth out, I sat there in a thunderstorm, pouring down rain, catch them until my line, I guess the reel somehow snapped my line or whatever, or something to get wrapped around the end or whatever, knocked my jigs off. I decided to quit because I was soaking wet and my mouth was hurting anyway. And I went in there probably an hour and a half, 2 hours max. I already had 50 on the bank in my bucket. And I thought, man, I know they're biting good, but I'm soaking wet and I'm shaking.
That's crazy. Man, that's crazy.
But I told Dominic about it, and I said, let's go up there Friday. Want to go Saturday? He said, oh, you got something to do. So I said, Friday be better, so we went Friday.
See, when I always go to the high populated areas, I always go during the week, man. I do not want to deal with them on the weekends.
Yeah, that's what I do. I like going fishing during the week.
Especially like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, like a Wednesday or something. You're out there by yourself.
Yep.
You go out there on a Saturday, you got somebody on this shoulder, somebody on this shoulder.
Yep.
Well, happy birthday, Dominic.
Yeah, I'll see him Wednesday, and I'll bring his I'll bring his necklace to him. My own killer. The Dominic, when he gets on him, he's on him. He catfish man. Just need to get here lately. He's been not being able to fish like he wants to, but hopefully we get him back in line and get him out there.
Well, he's got to start doing something now that he's the newest guard dog pro.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Dominic.
Yeah, I blew his bubble. I said something in chat about it before he was ready to tell anybody. Felt bad about it. But that's the way it goes. You know, the first time I watched Dominic, was the night that Tanya caught that big catfish and outfished him. And I always think that he wanted to take that pole away from her so bad and do it himself.
See, I want to come up there. I went fishing with Carolina Reel Screamers. That was my dream fishing trip. I didn't get to fish with Rebecca, but I got to fish with Jamie. So that was awesome. And my next dream trip I want to take, I would really love to go up there and fish on the dock. Get out of the pontoon, bank, or whatever, and just sit back, talk about the fishing and talk about the fish, wishing we could catch fish. But just go fishing with him.
You talking about the world famous Doc?
Uncle Don, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about somebody else.
Oh, I'm talking about you, Uncle Don.
I'd love that.
Now, see, Don,
yeah.
Don's up in that area where he has different fish than everybody else does, too. So it would be something interesting going up there.
Yeah,
I'd love to take it to the one.
Because I need to find out exactly how far it is from my house to his. I mean,
I can't remember. I looked it up one time. It's easy. All you have to do is look for Bismarck, North Dakota.
yeah, because I'm thinking, don't hold me to it, but I can't remember if it's 17 hours or 11 hours. I couldn't remember.
I think it was 17 because I thought it was close to 11 miles.
Skipjack Cindy come in. Say, good morning, Don R. Tim, Rusty. Hey, Dale. Hey, Sid.
Hey, Cindy. Hey, Dale. What's going on? Nice flatty, Cindy.
Yeah, I'd like to get with Jody and talk about having in the spring and tell everybody use what you want to use for skipjack. You know, we're here just go for the crown. Who can catch the most? I'll probably lose it.
I'm glad you quit early the other night or last night. I losing track of my days. I was so tired. I thought, I don't know if I'm going to be able to hang with these young guys tonight. But I always get a kick out of it.
I watched it. I wasn't going to miss the skipjack tournament. I left for a little bit because I had to go mow the yard, and then I mowed mine, and I come back, and they were still fishing. That's good. I ain't missed it. And, rest of it, I watched it till the end, and I watched a little bit of them out there catfishing.
Cindy, the link's at the top. You guys are more than welcome to pop in. We're just hanging out.
But I'd like to, like I said, get a hold of Jody and set up a deal for this spring, and get it set up for people to skipjack. If they want to fish the boat, that's fine. If they want to fish for the bank, that's fine. Put it in, and let's go for the crown.
The crown. That sounds cool.
They could use it for the king or queen. It don't matter.
See, that way you got the crown, you know, it's not like the belt they got on Tennessee, so you can have the crown.
I have the crown, and I'm going to tell them, come take it.
You should have seen the look in my brother-in-law's face when I started pulling out my poles to go fishing for walleye. They all used medium light, real small poles, and I pull out my 10-foot medium heavy.
Yeah. The only drawback, which I find exciting, if I put a crown on the line and tell them, and now at any given time, if you get challenged for that crown for the skipjack challenge, you have to put it up and accept the challenge. You just got to want to get it on. Don't challenge it a month later. I mean, you got to work out a date pretty close to that.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Hey, Cindy, how much that flatty weigh? I didn't see the weight on it.
Because I'm thinking about having them take whoever wins it on the felt part with a black Sharpie, write their channel name on there. You know what I mean? And let if somebody else wins it, put their channel name on the felt part, not the metal part. And then, you know, that just shows whoever gets it. Man, there's a lot of people held this thing.
It's kind of like having your name on the cup at the Indy 500 or something like that.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Cindy to answer your question, Tim. I guess I'm not going to hear it. I have to look at chat, don't I?
See, I'm looking at chat right now. That's why I got my camera down.
Just woke up, fished late. What Cindy said, she just woke up because they fished late. Well, how'd you do?
Did you go back on after you went in with the boat?
No, I think they fished. They stayed on the live after the skipjack tournament, and the bunch of them was on there catfishing.
Oh, I'm
Late whenever I went to bed.
See, last night, I think she caught 4 catfish yesterday, and one of them was that flatty. That was a nice looking fish, too. Beautiful, beautiful fish.
I think something done.
So that's what sucks about my boat being in the shop, because right now the flatheads are on fire right now. And I think by the time I get my boat back, the flatheads, I'm going to have to really search for them.
Well, I don't know. August and September, it seems to me like they're more active and moving around a lot more in August and September.
It was like in my videos where I was finding mine, it's like almost right at 80 foot of water. They were deep. Then when they come by and turn them loose, I had to keep pushing them back and forth in the water to get them active again. Then all of a sudden, they were gone. Once they burnt, they were out of there.
Yeah, Rustic, I'd love to get you up here and do some slow trolling with about 8-10 inch crankbaits and get you on some muskies and pike.
I'd like to catch my muskie, reach down in his mouth, grab hold of him.
Yeah, last year heard people talk and they caught quite a few 40-inch ones. They need to be 43 to keep them, but
Be fun to catch, even if they just in their 20s and teens.
Hey, Cindy, how much did that flathead weigh? I'm thinking probably 26, 25, 26 pounds.
I think I know, but my mind's been like mush this week, and
Well, I seen her short, and she didn't say how much it weighed in the short. I didn't actually watch the live. I was busy.
They caught a new PB last night from the boat. Ain't nothing like that boat fishing, man. I love that boat fishing. Got 2 flatheads, 2 blue. Yeah, he was asking what the flathead weighed.
What were your PBs?
She just woke up, fellas. Give her some time.
Yeah, she's quite the wild woman.
She got to brush her hair and brush the teeth and brush the tongue and yeah. Hey, Cindy, that flathead was beautiful. It was a beautiful fish.
Yeah, her and Travis were talking about coming up and doing some fishing up there. I could handle them. Hang on.
Yeah. I got them off Temu for 50 cents. Our parts store up here, they're between $6 and $8 a box that size.
I have a bunch of that stuff, but now that I need it, I can't find it.
Well, I need them. I need to replace every one of them on my boat. I'm gonna rewire it. Sandy, you want to know what did your flathead, your PB weigh? What was your PB and what was the weight? Yeah, I think it'd be awesome catching muskie. I've never caught one. I caught a northern pike many years ago on the Mississippi River. It was about that long. Caught it on fishing in the Mississippi River.
I seen something swimming in the water and shot one about that long with my 22 rifle.
120 pounds. Oh, it felt like 120 pounds, didn't it? It was 38 pounds.
Cool.
Nice.
Hold up for that. That's awesome.
Oh, I'd be in my glory. I'd be tooting my horn a lot if I caught one that size.
Hey, you know what? But if you flip that around and Cindy and Travis come up there and she catches a big muskie, she would be just as out on her mind as you would be with a big flatty.
Yeah, I sure would.
I was down in one of my lakes the other day, and it's a strip pit, so it's real deep and cold. I'm standing there on the dock, and these 2 muskies came by. They had to be 5 feet long. They were swimming together. I was like, oh my God. Real into light gear quick.
£38.
Yeah, if I caught a big catfish like that, at least I could justify why I bought all this new equipment.
Yeah. Yep, that's a big flathead. Can you imagine the head on that dude, man? It'd be about like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just think of the steaks you can get off top of that head. But when that big, be nice. Just let it go, let it grow.
Yeah, I like keeping a smaller, firmer catfish. And
That's why I caught a lot of flag because I kept 2 flatheads, and I had a video when I had pictures on it.
yeah, they were nice size.
The 10-aught hook was down in his throat and went down his belly and got in his open to his belly like it's right here, and it twisted in there. And so I couldn't get the hook out, and so I cut the line, and I said I'm not turning back loose because I know it's going to die. So I put it in the live well, and I thought, well, if I catch one more under 5 pounds, I'll keep it, and I'll just keep them 2 because I've never ate flathead before, and I said I'll try.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kept that one, I knew it was going to die. And then the other one I caught, it was 5 pounds right on the dot. I kept it, and I caught a couple more, and I turned them loose. And I had no plans on keeping fish, but when that one was gut hooked that bad, I thought, nah, he's going to die, and I'm not going to let him go to waste.
Yeah, that kind of makes my decision a lot of times too.
I really don't have a problem with someone keeping a flathead that's, like 5 pounds or something like that to eat. That's perfectly acceptable. It's the big, because they don't start breeding until they get to a good size anyway.
Yeah, I mean, people say, well, you should have turned that flathead loose. that hook would have rotted out in a couple of weeks. No, it won't. It takes months for that hook to rot out. I said, have you ever seen a piece of metal rust? I said, it takes a long time for that metal to rust into small pieces.
Yeah. So what did you think of the taste of those flatheads?
Oh, man. It didn't even taste like a fish. I mean, you couldn't tell you was eating catfish. It was good. Nice, white, flaky meat. Oh, it was delicious. That's the first time I've ever had it.
Yeah, I had another buddy of mine. He caught a couple of small ones. I'm not going to name him, so he won't get no flack. But he had never had flathead before too, and he tried. He said, "Man, it was just tasty." And like I said, the smaller ones,
yeah,
the smaller ones, I don't have a problem with them keeping them. I mean,
well, I don't follow anybody keeping any fish because I look at it this way: you caught it, it belongs to you. Do what you wish with it. I mean, even if I think that you should put the great big ones back, if you want to keep it, that's your fish. I'm not going to criticize you for it.
Yep. Absolutely. The
I'm
only
not.
problem I have with the big ones is they ingest so much chemicals from the water and the fish that they eat. That's why I won't mess with them. Now, the smaller ones that haven't been there very long, they're a lot cleaner.
Yeah. Well, the flatheads that I caught, I noticed when I flayed them out, they had a red line that run right down the center of each side. I took my flaying knife and I cut that little bitty thin red line out of there, and man, it was delicious.
Yeah, up here, they talk to the hatchery and stuff, and
Will you?
they said there's more than enough breeding stock that you could catch every fish you caught, and it still would never affect the spawn.
Yeah.
And one thing about it, these older, real old fish aren't necessarily carrying the best genes. Some of these small ones are carrying better genes than the older ones are.
Yeah.
I don't.
My fault.
Just have more.
Are more. I'm gonna put them all back unless I want to keep a couple. Now, if I keep a couple, I'd like them to be between 5 and 10 pounds. Anything over 10 pounds, I'll hold it back. I don't ever keep.
Yeah, but I'm looking for what to put on the smoker and smoke. I'm looking around that 8-pound mark, and then I get a real nice thick fillet, and it works out good on the smoker for me.
Well, it's like I was fishing with a buddy of mine one time, and he caught a 20-pound blue. I caught a 15-pound blue, and I put it back. He caught a 20-pound. He said, "You ain't gonna get mad at me if I keep this fish." Why? No, it's your fish. You caught it. I can't tell you what to do with it.
Yeah.
So he put it on the strainer, kept it in the water till we left, and it was a nice fish. It was weighing about 20 pounds, something ounces. We weighed it, and but well, I seen you put yours back, and I said, "Well, I'm not keeping no fish. I'm just here to catch and release." But I can't blame him. He got 3 kids. He's gonna go feed them.
Yeah, we got such a short season here that if you want anything through the winter, you need to have a few in the refrigerator anyhow. And I caught 4 about 6 pounds a while back, and that would have held me over most of the winter. But I was able to cook it up, and what I did was I cooked up all my seafood and ended up with like a seafood broth. Then I threw all the catfish chunks in there and cooked them in there. So this winter I'll be making seafood chowder and stuff out of it. And so I was able to save all that, which I was happy about. And I like making soups in the winter.
Yeah. Well, the Mississippi River is so big and so vast and wide that you can catch big giant fish out of there, but they're far few in between. You can go out there and catch a bunch of them, 6 pound, 8 pounds, or whatever, 10, 20s. But when you catch a big one, using the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, there's so many people up here that fish for catfish that if I caught a real big one, I'd probably take it to the fish cleaning station just to get people to nibble on, get the catfish people starting to form some type of catfish. I'm so tired of everything has to be walleye.
Yeah.
And there's a few of them out there, and just like to see them get a little more active because I think we got much better catfishing than what people would ever believe. And
They
the
don't-
other day on one of the things, the guy said, I caught a blue catfish. And he wanted the state to open up a category so that he would have the state record blue catfish. And
I've always walleye fish. I heard they taste good. I've never had none.
Oh my God.
The John Orders want me to come up there. I guess during the spring or sometime when the walleye starts running up there, he want me to go up there and get some. We're gonna cook them up. So I got plans of going up. I've never caught a walleye. I mean, our lake, it says there's walleye in there, but they don't move into there out of the main river up north until it gets wintertime. Water gets cold.
So Rustic, you've had crappie, right? You've ate crappie?
Oh yeah, all the time. I love crappie.
Okay. Walleye and crappie are just about hand and foot. I cannot make up my mind which one I like better.
Yeah,
I
see,
still
the walleye are in the perch family with the yellow perch, and I think crappie's in that same family too, and they're all good.
so I've caught many different species of fish, many of them, but I've never caught a walleye. I caught a northern pike. Like I said, it was that long out of the Mississippi River. That's a rarity. And I couldn't figure out why he was down that far, but he was. And but I'd like to catch me a big northern pike, and I like to catch some. My favorite bass trip I want to take is for peacock bass.
Yeah,
That
I
would
want
just blast. They seem like they just rip everything up.
we have tremendous smallmouth bass up here, and nobody fishes for them. And it's not unusual to catch a 18-inch smallmouth bass up to probably 4, 5, 6 pounds. I'm guilty of not fishing for them as much as I should, but
See, Don, that's the problem with up there is you guys, your main fish up there are like walleye and smallmouth, and the catfish don't get no.
no, don't get no attention.
No. But that's just the way it is in your area because there's way more walleye and pike and stuff like that in your area.
They bear down hard on the walleye until this time of the year and the rest of the year, and then they switch over to salmon. And from being up in Alaska, I think I burned my out. Salmon doesn't excite me very much, but they're fun to catch. Don't get me wrong, but the time and effort to catch them, you spend a lot of time. It's not like going out and catching our fish where you catch a whole lot in one day. Some days you spend a lot of time trolling back and forth real slow, and maybe between everybody you catch one catfish or one salmon. But they're there. And there's some nice crappie in the river. I still have to explore it. Now that I got this smaller boat, I'm really excited about exploring where some of the creeks run into the river. And down further in the river, I've caught some real nice black crappie. They were, I guess the ones that I caught were probably right around that 12-inch mark. I was really happy with that.
Yeah, I see on your intro you got holding a couple of crappies that are just black as the ace of spades.
Yep, that's the one sweet. That's the males.
Yep, during spawn, they
Spawn.
turn black like that. I mean, just black as the ace of spades.
And
Yeah,
they're-
down when the spawn's on for crappie, when they turn on, man, I catch 14, 15-inch slabs,
yeah.
black crappie, and they're so black they got a purple tint to them.
Yep, they sure do. Yep, you're right, they sure do. They're pretty, man, when they're like that.
I've been down some about 4 feet off the bank, but about this deep, and foot and a half maybe catching them, and then all of a sudden when it turns on, you know it because you look down the bank, water just goes rushing, and they'll have their backs that far out of the water on the bank chasing stuff away from the nest. Then you'll drop down to about 6 inches deep, throw down through there, and start pulling them out.
Yeah, just need more time in my day. I need to move faster. I move kind of slow. But yeah, I loved it when I get in a bunch of crappie. All of them taste good. You know, different days you eat so much of one thing after a while. It's just, yeah, that's what it is. It's nice to change up and go to another species and get a little bit different taste and cook
Yeah.
them different ways.
All right. That's what I just done. What got me some coffee?
That's what I just did too a little while ago.
Yeah, I plan on going catfishing again. I think I'm gonna go up to our lake and get some chicken liver and see if I can't catch some channel cats out of there.
I've never ever used chicken liver. I don't know why. I just never.
I'm gonna get some night crawlers, and then I'm gonna get some chicken liver, and then I'm gonna just go up there, relax on the lake because I love it up there, the views and stuff. Just mess around. I might go live just to have it. I don't like sitting in front of the camera when I'm live. I like for everybody to look at what I'm looking at, the scenery, and I'm not there to camera hog. You know, I want everybody to see what I'm looking at. I want them to feel like if they got it on a big screen TV or on a computer laptop, I want them to feel like they're there fishing.
Yeah, I wish last weekend I could have went live and let people see the beautiful area I was in. It's deep in the Badlands, and so you're looking up all the time to the top of these hills.
Yeah.
You can see all the different lines of coal, and you sit there and think to yourself, you know, they talk about global warming, and you look at those hills, and you can see how many times it's changed drastically over the years, you know, millions of years. Every coal vein that's in there had to have been vegetation and stuff that got covered up with glacier or something, and you know, to it to become coal. And it's just really interesting. You got scorio in there, which is kind of a orangish color. They're really different colors, but all the layers are different, and you can think every one of those layers was a dramatic climate change.
Yeah.
So it's been happening that way as long as this world's been around. Nothing saying we won't see tropical weather up here some year. It'd make the price of my house go up. But yeah, it's beautiful out there.
Yeah. When I go live, I like for everybody to look at what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
You know, they want to see you fish. They want to see your pose bend. And if you're sitting right in front of that camera, most of the time your pose like way down from you.
Yeah,
Dang, where'd that whole pot of coffee go? Gee, someone stole my coffee.
I'm still working on how far away to set my camera to get a nice close view.
Yeah, that's when I get mine set up. I take and I'll zoom in or zoom out how I want it.
So once I get set up on the boat, then I'm going to put down some D rings and where I can strap it down if the weather's not good and just people moving around. All right, Casters, thank you for stopping in, buddy.
Take and chat off for next time. All right, Casters, have a good one.
So it's all those little things I'm looking to do. I'll probably take my GoPro out today. It's pretty much the same as my camera, and sit there and look at it and see what view do I want, and if
Yeah.
someone's going with me that don't want to be on tape, then look at what my options are. But they can
See you
always go
later,
up
casters.
front. But us old farts, we don't like getting up in the front on that platform very well. So I'm hoping to get a deckhand for my anchor up there and give me some help pulling it in. But I got one of those buoys that I lost a piece that goes on the rope. And when you throw your anchor out, it freewheels through this piece. But then when you pull it with the boat, the buoy makes the anchor slide up the rope. And then when it gets up to the buoy and it tries to drop, it locks it so it can't drop. They drive over to your buoy and pick the buoy and anchor up both and put it in the boat.
Yeah.
So I have to see if I can find that piece. I made one years ago out of a 5-gallon bucket, but I don't remember how I did it. But it's just, like two bolts, one slanted, so when the rope tries to go through the other way, they slide and clamp the rope so that it can't slide back down.
Jody was in here. I meant to ask her if she got them hooks that I sent her. I forgot to ask her. I sent her some 8-aught Stellar hooks to try, see what she thought of them. And I sent her a pack of rubber beads.
Yeah. Mike, I found this weekend walleye fishing that I don't have good hooks or in my small hook collection. And I don't really have the shape of hooks that I would have liked to have had, but I don't do much walleye fishing anymore. But this coming 2 weeks, I'll probably try some walleye. I may take one day and see if I can't convince a salmon to bite. Maybe troll the main channel for a ways. And out in the main channel, there's some big sandbars. I'd really like to get out there, but it's pretty deep, probably 80 feet. But get out there and drop some bigger baits for catfish. They got to be on the end of those islands, sunken islands. But there's a good chance I'll hook into some big sturgeon at the same time. Just can't keep them or take them out of the water to take a picture.
Yeah, Dave from Double Hook Angling sent me some of them sickle hooks.
Yeah.
I'm going to try those out. I've never had them before. I can't wait to try them out.
That's what I use when I'm skipjack fishing my jigs. I use nothing but the sickle hooks because man, them things are razor sharp. They got just that right bend that where it's not looped where that fish can spin itself and get off of it.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to try them out. I think they work great on crappie.
Yeah, I use them for crappie too.
We use these hooks called sudden death. They kind of got a couple bends in the shank, and you string your night crawler, and then when you're trolling real slow, it makes the night crawler bounce around some.
Yep.
And we usually pinch it off so it's not so much overlapping. But one of the good things for walleye is you just use a red bead and a sudden death hook, and that's all the more they want.
So this is what I use right here for my hook.
Hang on.
So that's sickle hook.
Yep.
Big head. That's what I use for my crappie and my skipjack. And them are bad to the bone and sharp. Oh my God, they're sharp. You can get them in many different sizes.
Where did he get them at? Or
I get them at either Walmart when they got them, or I go to the bait store and get them down here in Crowsville.
yeah, I like those kind of hooks.
So I got,
I guess the reason I like them, it seems like every time I'm tying one on or working with it, I end up with one at my finger.
I only use, I only use these during the spring and every now and then. In the wintertime in December, I use these a lot. And I'll put 3 jigs on, put this at the end, and I'll pull it, and let it fall. Pull it, let it, usually on the fall, then I'll jab it. But Jody said that she had a bunch of them to get off. What you do is you take in to keep them from getting off, this part of the shank right here, you want to take right up under the barb. You can see that there's a barb on there. Right up under that barb, you take a pair of needle nose pliers, small ones, and you want to curve that in just a little bit, and you'll quit losing so many fish.
Now, see, I do the exact opposite for my crappies with just a regular J hook type jig head. I think that kind of mimics more of a sickle hook that way too myself. So
yeah, because on the J hook on the one, especially on skipjack, you'll lose a lot of them like that because it's curved.
yep.
It don't curve with a slight bend in. If you spin that in, I'll take my hand and I'll push them in like this, just a little bit to put an angle on it. Because if they start spinning, jumping, or whatever, the hook, they won't get above the hook and the hook come out. But on the Foley spoons, if you take it just right below that barb off that point, you just bend that in just a little bit, you won't lose as many fish.
Yeah, especially if you get multiple ones below it where they got that tension below them and tension above them. That makes it easier for them to twist off there. But now you guys got me all pumped up to go fishing, and it's raining like crazy.
Well, it's cloudy here. The storms have finally moved out. Winds calmed down. But man, it's too wet for me to even go fishing. I ain't going fishing after that wetness.
Yeah, it's CFM's been helping me with trying to do some videos. That's my real weak spot. I used to be really good at graphics and stuff when I had my laser engraver, but I kind of quit it for a number of years, and technology got so far ahead of me that I'm having a hard time picking it up now.
I just go with the flow.
See, I get you with the technology, Don, because I've got an associate's degree in computer science. And to go along any farther than that, you would have to go to school forever because the technology changes every 6 months and you got to go back and relearn it. It's crazy.
Well, it's like Richard Jean, the fishing machine. He'll go out, he'll fish for hours. I mean, hours, and just to get a 9-minute video. But it takes him about 4 days to edit that video the way he wants it.
What's up, Just Sliding?
Just sliding about.
Yeah, I can do it. I just my attention span is so short that that's one of the reasons I retired. I just got tired of going to school every couple months and everything changing and having to relearn it. And like Excel stuff, I used to write all kinds of programs in Excel for different organizations and stuff, inventory control, all kinds of stuff. And
it's just like just the basic program languages. First of all, they come up with C+, then C++, and it keeps going and going.
Well, I started out with the basic machine language, ones and zeros, and And
No, so you know what, Don? So did I, because my teacher in college was very heavy on that. If you know the basics, the very, very raw basics, you can do anything else.
yeah, then ASCII and so on. It was faster and easier, but if you were trying to fix a computer, it made it harder because it didn't take you back to exactly what it's doing. You know, to that machine language where you can say, oh, it's going to go to this address and it's going to deposit this information.
And if you read the programming, you'll figure out why it isn't.
Yeah.
You know, you got 3,000 lines of program and one line in there is incorrect and just blows the whole thing up.
Yeah, one comma or anything out of place and it doesn't work.
I see. We used to compile COBOL programs on those old 880s. Man, you talking about hit the compile button, go outside and smoke a cigarette and wait.
I remember the first program I ever made was on a computer system, and we had a panel that had 32 lights and 32 switches. And you sit and hand poked in each word for your program, and then you could run it. And the first one I did was to make the lights on the panel rotate around, and yeah, I was pretty proud of that. Put that on, and if we ever had visitors, I'd always throw that program in there so the lights would be going around and around and around like it was really busy. And it was pretty impressive back then. Our 40 oh 40 meg hard drives were 5 platters that were about 14 inches in diameter and double sided, and you had to go in and actually tweak it to where it could read that stuff. The old magnetic tapes, if we had a program screwed up, we had a magnetic, like a magnifying glass, and as you ran it down that tape, it would show the information on the tape, and we would read it back to see if it was bad. It was surprising how fast I could run it down that tape and translate what was on there for the data. Now I don't even know if I could count to 16 in machine language.
Once you learn, you never forget. Just takes a minute to come back to you.
Yeah, I remember EC is and then you put a number in, and that was how many times it would repeat that that word, telling the computer to do something. A loop, that's what it was. Goes in loops that many times. That's the only one I can really remember.
Well, I think I can still do some programming in BASIC because it's pretty basic.
Yeah.
And COBOL, the good thing about COBOL, when it compiles in COBOL, it will stop at the line where you have the problem. Then you can fix that. Instead of having to look through 3,000 lines, it will stop right there.
Yeah, now with all the shortened versions of stuff, you know, you really, you can't just see like a 2-digit code, know that that's a name. Or
Y'all talking about my pay grade now.
yeah.
Well, we're just nerding out. Sorry.
You're reminiscing.
So when I retired, oh my gosh, I got to fly, but boy, did I make a mess.
On his floor, you gotta vacuum it up.
Uh-oh, boss is home.
Box is home.
I guess I'll have to go. before somebody spills the beans and tell her everything I said.
Oh, she's back.
She's back. You still
Hey, Paulette, I want to tell you right now, Don said you can't fish worth a lick.
Well, y'all know that's not true because he even admits it.
Hey, that's pretty awesome. Sliding.
What he said. He said when she's not with him, he can catch a fish. When she's with him, she catches all the fish.
Boy, you guys just hanging me out to dry. Throw me under the bus.
We're going to throw you under the bus and burn out on you.
Yeah.
I said, got myself a 49-pound flathead last week on a bullhead here in Illinois.
I'll have to accuse you guys of being bus drivers rather than Creel.
Just sliding a Biden. Hey, well, you know what? Look at here. I'm in Illinois. Where'd you catch? What area did you catch it in?
I mean, out there, I fished Illinois once. That's down there on the point where the Ohio meets the Mississippi.
Well, the other day, you know what? I was watching Dominic while he was getting ready to go fishing where you guys were going, and somebody had mentioned to him about going to Carlisle Lake. Now, Dominic is from that area up there originally, but I don't think what he doesn't know is the DNR in the state of Illinois have been aggressively putting blue casts in that lake.
I don't know. We go to the point quite a bit and we fish because we love the view down there. That Ohio, the Mississippi River runs like this, and the Ohio comes into it,
Yeah.
and you can see the mud line from the Mississippi River make a curve, and the clear water from the Ohio goes into that, and it's clear water that meets a mud line.
Yep. Just like a mud wall.
Yep.
I always fished the mud lines all the time, and this year I haven't had any productivity on the mud lines whatsoever. I don't know what's happening. But usually if we're trolling for walleyes, we go in and out of the mud line back and forth along the edge. And this year, just nothing. I don't know if I'm staying too deep. They don't look to be suspended, but all those dip finders can lie to you as much as they can tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Johnny Small Peppers.
Hey, Johnny.
There's the trouble.
Link's at the top there, buddy, if you want to come up and join the troublemakers.
Hey, if y'all want to see what Papa Smurf's brother looks like, the cool one, go over and check out Johnny Small Pepper's channel.
I don't know. You feeling blue again today, Johnny, or did you get the blue out of your system?
That chocolate pepper he ate the other day, boy.
I'm hoping he's feeling perky pink.
Yeah, you said it wasn't too hot.
Man, I don't know. I had to go get some ice cream and eat it just watching him chew on that thing.
John, his taste buds have died.
If you don't chew them up good, they'll raise more hell with your stomach.
Johnny said, "Hey, dog, rustic dog, may come up in 10 minutes or so."
If somebody challenges you to eat a hot pepper, the trick is to not eat the placenta. That's that stem where all the seeds are. If you don't eat that placenta, you won't get as near much heat out of it as you could.
So, in other words, leave the female parts alone.
Yeah, because if you look at a pepper, if you look at the placenta, it's kind of spongy, and that's where all the heat comes. People say it's the seeds, but there's really no heat in the seeds, but it's the oil from that placenta that will make them hot.
All that.
But I've been trying to learn because I got all my peppers mixed up. I'm trying to get to a point I might be able to identify some by tasting them. And if you get challenged to one, you start about a week or so earlier and start eating like a bite out of a jalapeno, and then maybe in a couple of days eat a whole jalapeno, and then maybe work up to a serrano, and you work your way up, and your body will adjust, and you'll be able to taste what the pepper tastes like more than just feeling all the heat. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, I was watching when he was doing that. It was, oh man, I was going to get some of those chocolate ones.
The only pepper I like is green bell peppers.
Yep. What's the difference between the green, the yellow, the orange, and the red?
I have no idea. I've only eat the green ones.
The only difference is how long they've stayed on the vine before they get pecked. I never knew that. And actually, the red is supposed to be more flavorful because it was ripened on the vine longer. I just kind of had to scratch my head on that because I used them, for color, but I never knew really how much difference there was.
I guess they go from green to yellow to red during the ripening, huh?
Yeah. Look them back, Ernie. Yeah, I'm gonna eat the green ones. I like taking, just cut them open, get the insides out, wash them. I can just eat them like that. Like the taste of them.
All right, Ernie, take it easy, brother.
Yep. See you later, Ernie.
Yeah, it's funny. You go in and start learning about some of this stuff, and you watch 10 different people with 10 different opinions, and the opinions that match is what I kind of feel must be right.
Yeah, the more people agree on the same thing, yeah.
Yeah, and some people you can tell they know a little more than others. And
It's like my mom, she used to fix stuffed bell peppers all the time. We loved them. Had rice, hamburger meat.
Yep.
Put,
Yep.
put that in that bell pepper, put it in that water, when the water's that far below the top of that pepper. Just let it lightly boil, rank for a while, get it out, put it on your plate, put some salsa on it, and it is delicious. Dog, stop standing on your head. That is a stoplight. Laugh aloud. Green, yellow.
uh, but yeah,
What's a stoplight? You mean you got to stop when you're going down the road?
You know, dog colorblind. He just thinks it's up there for decoration, Christmas decoration.
There you go.
we only
I
have
thought it was Christmas all year round.
for me we only have two color stoplights here, red and green.
Oh yeah. Well, you're in here. I'm gonna show you something here. Look here. Got my gold flakes.
What's that for?
That's for that paint job on the boat.
For the boat, ain't it?
I don't know. I just see you with the gold more than the silver. You're a gold type man.
Well, I asked you what would you rather see, and I'll let you make the choice: gold or blue, the blue reflective. And you pick gold. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
Well, I hope you like it.
Rusted, we stuff bananas with kraut and can them like you would peppers. Oh, I bet that's a taste.
You know, blue looks nice on a boat, but I think gold looks much better on a boat for some reason.
Well, this one here is going to be like a hunter green with the gold flake.
Oh, that'd look real nice.
Then I've got this type of orange here for the accents. Good Rust-Oleum paint, hard enamel, made specifically for aluminum paint jobs. And I've got some on the boat now, and man, they're not scratch, chip, paint, or nothing. Looks good.
Yeah, my favorite with hunter green is jujube. It's like a deep maroon.
Yeah, I tried to find the paint that my van's painted. It's hunter green with but it's got like silver flakes in it. And I tried to find that paint, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah, I bought that Jujube at Menards here.
You say good with beans. Ernie and hit beans. I love beans too. Beans,
Oh,
tater, pretty.
you're making me hungry. I haven't had beans in a long time, but
Me neither. I didn't eat much yesterday. Snacked a little bit here and there, but leave it to Ernie. He always brings in the dinner menus.
I saved the ham, so maybe I'll have to cook that up and cut it up for take camping and throw the bone in and make some ham and beans.
Yeah.
That's
Sounds
one.
good.
Well, Ernie, I had a Gran Torino SS and a Barracuda I had to let go of because it got me in too much trouble too.
Yeah, I sold when I was getting ready to get married, I sold my Chevelle 66 Chevelle Super Sport with a 396 in it, and I got a Vega. You talk about
A letdown.
a big difference. I had to stop at more stoplights because it didn't have enough poop to ignore the orange lights.
My mom bought a Vega one time, yellow and black one, and I wanted that car so bad. And when I turned 16, she was going to give me that car, but she got it out, and head gasket blowed when it did. It overheated and locked the motor up, so they got rid of it.
Yeah, those aluminum heads on them. I had a problem in the middle of the winter. It was so cold, we were driving against the wind that I had my antifreeze good for 40 below. And I got my heat light on, so I opened the hood and looked in, and it was all just slush. And it ended up overheating the engine. Well, then the head gasket started leaking, and I got an antifreeze in the cylinders. I had to totally rebuild that engine. And I had the heads shaved down and put oversized rings in it. So I gained about 30 horsepower. So it ran pretty good after that. But that happened twice to me. That it overheated so easy.
Yep. Once you overheat that motor and warp that head, you got a mess.
Yeah. So Ernie, what's your favorite beans?
White bean. There we go.
You know, for me, it'd have to be navy beans.
Navy bean, navy bean. They don't go that way.
Well, the wife's motioning and with her hand in a circular motion. I think she means wrap it up. So,
Yep, she's telling you your playtime's over with.
yeah, I need to get out and tinker with the boat now. You guys got me really chomping at the bit to put some of them fish in. So in a few minutes, we'll call it quits. And for everybody that's in here and was in here, thank you so much for coming in on Sunday, spending your Sunday mornings with me. I appreciate it. It starts my week off so nice being with friends. Just getting mellowed out and ready to start the week and just looking for all the good things to happen this week. It's easier to dwell on that and forget about the bumps in the road. So I'll be sitting back watching other people this week and seeing how everybody's doing.
I guess there's always bumps in the road in life. You just got to have the good life shock absorbers.
Yeah.
And Sunday morning's your shock absorber, huh?
Yes, it is. Very much so. So with that, how about we call it quits and carry on next Sunday?
Okay, Rustic, you have a good day, buddy.
Y'all too. We'll see
Don,
you. Bye, everybody. Bye, Uncle Don.
you have a good day, Don. And everybody out there in chat, here's your gardening tip for the day. Hide your hose, because you know there's hoe thieves out there. So hide your hose.
I told that to my wife the other day and she laughed like crazy.
Okay, you guys have a great day. I think me and the dog's going to go out riding in the golf cart for a while, hit a couple parks.
Bye, everybody.
All
Peace
right,
out, y'all.
maybe next week we'll talk about fireworks.
Fireworks.
I've been doing a lot of studying on fireworks.
Fireworks. Me like it, fireworks. Now you got my interest.
All right, Tim. We'll
See you later. Everybody else, see you later. Deuces.
Johnny, sorry, gotta go. But thank you for coming in anyhow. And we'll see y'all next Sunday. Take care. Bye.